Hello, I'm Chris Solo, and welcome to the Fabled 42, where we build community through friendship, gaming, and chaos. You're watching the Realms of Ukodor, and you can catch us live every Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific here at twitch.tv/Fabled42. But before we get started, we're going to dive into our announcements and refocus my camera. Hashtag autofocus. Realizing how plain and empty my mini board is because I still have a pile from the dungeon crawl next to me that I need to put away.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, like there's a ton missing. There's a ton missing.
Or he's just gonna throw a bunch of monsters at us tonight.
Flashback to Realms when we're like, what's missing from the top shelf? What is it?
Right? You know what's funny? When
This
you guys
is
were
where we
doing that,
die.
I was actually reorganizing things just to mess with you. A lot of new things, a lot of cool things. So we have added Ko-Fi. So my moderators or yourselves can drop exclamation point Ko-Fi, K-O-F-I. We do have a Ko-Fi menu down below. And what is Ko-Fi? Well, Ko-Fi is, giving us here at Fable 42 a cup of coffee. Essentially, it is another way for you to support the channel. Simultaneously with, episode by episode, if you don't feel like subscription things are your thing. So there is a specific Ko-Fi menu down below that gives you a lot of the same things that you would get either doing Twitch bits or subscription perks. The benefit of this is Ko-Fi takes a much less percentage, so the money that you do donate to the network does go further. Same thing applies when you do that, when you do the donation. It should be integrated into Twitch and give us a notification. I don't know if it worked. But, on our system, you just let us know, hey, this is my Ko-Fi donation for healing potion, luck point, whatever, and this is for Carrick. And you tag myself or one of our moderators, and we'll get it to them as quickly as possible. It really is just kind of like a donation thing, just like bits, but it is, a third-party site. But if you just click the actual menu down below or the link that Wolf dropped, either way it works. I did talk about Patreon. We have a lot of really exciting things going on with Patreon. We did drop our first piece of content. If you want to use the Tarve race, which is an elf subclass, you can go ahead and click our Patreon link down below. Whoa, why is that crazy in red? That's interesting.
Thanks again for helping us get to that goal, everybody.
Yes, thank you all for helping us get to our first goal. We have some other exciting goals coming. Did we land on a number, Lizzie, for the next goal with the artwork and things?
So I believe next goal at 125, we're going to get a Patreon-only Q&A with Chris Solo, and when we reach 250, we're going to raffle off a commission by our wonderful artist Lorenzo, who does all of the art here.
All of this
That's
art.
awesome.
Yes.
And
we're going to draw the secret prequel episodes to this show.
Yes.
Oh.
So this is for Patreon subscribers only. So if you are a player and you're not a subscriber, sorry. But so everything that Lizzie just said, if we hit 125, which we are close to, we will get a private Q&A with me. We'll do that in I think you can do it in Patreon. If you can't, we'll do it in Discord. We'll figure that out. If we hit 250, like she said, you'll get a full body portrait of any of these characters of your favorite D&D character that you play, or just whatever, for our very talented artist Lorenzo. We'll do that for you. That will be a raffle that we will give to all Patreon subscribers at that mark, and then we will drop that Session 0, Episode 1, where Nafako and Eclipse met for the first time. Which means I have to finish editing the other stuff into it. So,
I want to see that.
But so many things with Patreon. So we're really trying to amp up our Patreon. We're trying to get content from all of our DMs, all the amazing DMs that we have. We have 9 so far. We're getting more all the time. We'll be getting new content from all of our DMs and our community into Patreon. So it's this really amazing hub. We might even circle back to what we did a long time ago, where you can help build pieces of Ukodor, or maybe your favorite world. We'll talk to DMs about that too. So there's a lot of really cool things, and all it is you just be a subscriber and you get all these really cool things. The $5 subscription gets you luck and inspo. These tier 2 subscription gets you 3 and 3. And tier 3 gets you 5 luck and 5 inspo that you can use every show. Does not carry over by show basis, so the user lose it. But the other benefit, huge thing, that I'm ironing out the final details tomorrow is UkodorCon 2020 is October 15th through 18th. We are leading up to the Legends of Ch4.
Oh, not again.
Ch4.
Oh, Ch4, yes.
I said it right. I stopped myself.
Yeah.
I have such a ninja in my brain about this. Ch4. But the Legend of Ch4 episode 1 is on the 19th, the day after, or like the final thing of this thing. So we're very, very excited. That is a Monday show. It will air on October 19th at 5:30 p.m. Pacific. Very excited about that. But Ukodor Con, we have several community games, and these community games are open up to the public of our Patreon. So if you are a Patreon subscriber, you get tickets to enter in those events. The higher the tier that you have, the more the first come first serve that you get. So if you have a tier 3 subscription through Patreon, you get first dibs at whichever games you want to play. I'm going to be DMing something. Lizzie is DMing something. And so far, Chris from Adventures in Middle Earth is also DMing something. I might talk to the other DMs in the video that we're talking to right now about doing more games too. But I know Diane down below is very busy because she has two Fabled Femmes games, which is amazing. But enough of all that. Oh yeah, anything you see that's 3D printed in all of our streams is brought to you by Griffin Co.
Griffin Co.
We are Vorpal powered. Our video and audio displays, player indicators, digital dice, zoom features on the battle map are all brought to you by Vorpal Board. And new on the docket, Castos is our new podcasting platform. We are partnered with them. We are currently in the process of converting things over, creating new things. So every show will have its own podcast channel, which is huge. So you don't need to sift through all of the different videos because we do so much. You can just, you can still follow them all because that would be amazing. But we're going to make it really easy user experience for all of you, but it takes a lot on our end, which we're slowly catching up on, creating all these different podcast channels for all the things. But that will be coming soon. I don't know when, but soon. So there's so many exciting things, but let's get ready for the next chapter of The Realms of
Ukodor.
Muster your courage, it must not abate. Allies are more than well, evil retreats. With fate in your hand, now the story's complete. Ukodor, we're full of mystery to explore. Monsters and danger around every turn, and soon enough you will learn. The choice is yours.
And welcome back. I got too many notes up right now. All right. So, last we left, the party had killed the lava worm, saving their friend Eclipse yet again from a terrible fate that I wasn't even prepared for if he had fallen in. They, without really giving themselves a time to catch their breath, they immediately pursued towards the door and carefully listening. Carrick heard some chanting that sounded like a sacrifice on the other side. Instantly, they burst through the doors, revealing a tall, dark figure wielding a glaive over what looked to be a satyr on an altar. Charging in, they engaged the Gith cultist in the room. Quickly, they maneuvered to reach the necromancer, attempting to draw his attention away from the satyr. They were able to destroy the cultist, but as Nafako and Carrick closed in into the necromancer, he misty stepped away, and he kept speaking of his master Voltak, and how worshipping Travanas was going to unite them. He summoned the darkness from in the form of a ball and tossed it into the middle of the group. A circle of death was formed, dropping the entire party unconscious. However, Nafako bounced back to 1 hit point. She stood up, looked around, and charged the necromancer. Viswick, the satyr, reached out to heal Kiwin. Nafako hammered the creature again and again, finally turning the necromancer into dust. Falling to her knees and dropping her weapons, she realized once again that she had killed something. Quickly helping the remaining members of their party to their feet, they spoke with Viswick about the other survivors. He rushed to the other room, grabbed the keys to release them. Among this group was Nyla, the Ortu leader of the village. They decided, after conversating with her for a little bit, they decided to leave the dungeon, but they needed to rest before they could do that. They continued to investigate the room where Nafako found some keys. Simultaneously, Eclipse found 3 chests. They quickly inspected the chests, opened the items, revealing several magic items. Also, one of the magic items revealed something hidden in the corner. Upon further investigation, they realized it was an invisible white fox with 2 tails. Assuring the creature that he was safe, Kiwin reached up and tried to speak to him. He dropped his guard and began to speak to the party. A little shocked, they listened. His name was Tyvar, and he told the party about his former master Eldon, who was a very powerful mage from many ages ago, but has been stuck in this dungeon for quite a bit of time when his master was kidnapped and then sacrificed many, many years ago. After explaining his situation, Tyvar explained that he couldn't leave this dungeon unless he had connected with another companion, and then a bond was formed. And he did so with Nafako. After some time of rest, they gathered with the rest of survivors, carefully left the space, and upon leaving the cave, Nyla closed the entrance to help keep the city safe for at least a little while longer. The next day, back in the town, they were greeted by a much livelier town than they first arrived. People were walking through the streets, trading. Everyone was walking around smiling, waving to the party. As they entered the tavern, they were greeted with cheers and food and drink on the house. After the overwhelming presence of the various ecstatic, happy villagers, they sat down to have a little further conversation with Nyla and Tyvar. Both said that it was not the place to have this conversation. Nyla insisted that the party, after they finished their meal, to meet her in her study to talk about this ancient evil. Shortly after she left, Tyvar attempted to talk to Eclipse through his mind, offending Eclipse, and he had bolted out of the tavern. Tyvar chased after him to try to make amends. The rest of the party finished what they were doing, followed Eclipse towards the monastery, and that's where we pick up.
Yeah.
So, Eclipse, you had just walked away from Tyvar, heading towards the monastery. Carrick was shortly behind you, and you all begin to walk in that direction. Is there anything you'd like to do before you go in?
I have a question.
Yes.
So Tyvar ran off, and I don't think I totally understood that, like, Tyvar magically bonded himself to me in that last episode. But I'm kind of curious if I, like, look for him, like, what kind of connection is just, like, can I, like, feel him? If I'm, like...
Do a wisdom saving throw for fun.
Alright.
Or fun. That's like the first time a DM's ever said that about a wisdom.
I say that all the time. I say it all the time.
All right, that is an 11.
11. Okay. Well, first off, everything that Tyvar was communicating with Eclipse, telepathically, you heard.
Oh.
Secondly, there is a telepathic connection between the two of you. If you were aware of it, you could have tapped into his conversation he was having with Eclipse out loud as well. So it's very jolting when you're hearing this, and I didn't say it before just because of the pacing of everything, but you did hear that. And then seeing him go, you kind of understand why. But you do know that he is exactly 64 feet away from you. Like, it is legitimately, this bond is to the T. You're aware of his presence within 2,000 feet. 2,000 feet. There's other things too. As your bond continues to grow, other things will be revealed as well.
Oh my gosh, okay.
Yeah, he's kind of a badass. Just saying.
I mean, also, he's like 4,000 years old.
A little older than that, but yeah.
I'm so excited that Diane's character was her
Is the one studying
wizard.
under...
Yes, is studying under
Anastasia,
his.
yeah.
Is studying under his former master.
Which is, so those of you who haven't watched Wizards of Ukodor, it takes place in the First Age, and it has been connected. So Tyvar is the companion of Eldon Gimlin, who is a wizard instructor professor in the School of Van Riem College for wizards. And you will find that Gimlin, or Eldon, actually got this creature from somebody else. But there's a lot of... I'm not going to say it yet.
Because
We'll
I killed
find out.
Ronan. It's because I killed Ronan's character. We already know he has a fox.
Oh, that's a different fox.
Sorry, Ronan.
No.
Sorry, Ronan.
You know what? I'll just
Okay,
say
sorry.
it. I'll just say it because it's fun. No, you know what? I'm gonna say it in game. So as you guys
say
are,
it in game.
well, because there's gonna be some lore drops when you guys are asking both of them questions. So,
Alright,
Sure.
sounds good.
cool.
Let's get
So
to it.
you go into the monastery. Okay. So as you enter the monastery, and I don't know why I don't have it up. What's that dude's name? What is that dude's name?
Who, Lylan?
Lyland, yeah. So Lyland is in there, and he kind of runs up, and he's much different. He's a little bit more present, but he's still very wild and neurotic. He comes in and hello. Yeah. She's in the study. She's expecting you, of course. She just told you that not too long ago. Is there anything I can get you?
Lyland, why are you like this?
Well, I think I've always been like this. I was just nervous.
But
Who I
yes, nervous. Why are you nervous?
Well, we can go into it if you'd like.
Nothing would make me happier than hearing your entire life story right now when we're about to learn more plot-relevant things.
Absolutely. Well, Nyla found me a long time ago when I was a young turtle, and I was abandoned from my family, and I was floating in what looked to be like a bucket in the water, and I was much too young to even learn how to swim yet, and I was terrified, which is why I don't
Why
like
you're
water.
afraid of
now.
the water? Oh, I'm so sorry.
Well, I think you are doing your best, and you're gonna eventually get in that water, and it's gonna be fantastic.
Yes. Yes. But
We
that's
all
pretty
believe
much
in
it.
you.
Yes. I have been pretty skittish ever since, watching your family be murdered by weird creatures and, growing up here and seeing all sorts of strange things, and yes, it's weird.
Weird creatures?
Oh, yes. We occasionally get the weird creature that creeps in the night, from the hills or
Like the spiders.
No, much bigger than those.
Oh.
But they don't come too often, but they are a problem in the area. The rumor has it that there is something in the lake as well, but this lake is so massive and no one's ever really been able to track it down. But some of the fishermen, which is the other reason why I don't want to go in the fucking water, but people have been pulled in, they say. So I don't know, but there's lots of creatures like that around here that we definitely need help with. If you're bored.
Well,
I wouldn't say we're bored, but if people need our help...
yes.
Anyway, we should probably go talk to Nyla.
Yes, well, the stories of turtle soup are fascinating. Perhaps we have more pressing issues.
Turtle soup, and he pulls out like a little notebook and he starts writing it down.
Eclipse. That was sure was incredibly inappropriate, I think.
I do think Keelan is right. That was...
Eclipse, are you still hungry? You did run out rather quickly earlier when we were
He
eating.
sure had a big grin on his face, so I think he should be fine.
Oh, okay. Maybe he wasn't
I
hungry.
forgot about that.
I did it.
But you know, he passed that wisdom save.
That's actually true. I did pass that one.
Yep. Carrick, on the other hand, did not.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Carrick,
Oh,
do you,
yeah.
is Carrick still smiling? No, it would have faded
Only a
by
minute,
after
right?
the
How long
conversation.
did it last? A minute?
Yes.
Yeah, it's gone by now.
Oh.
So, Lylan does walk you over to where the study is. The door is open, and as you all enter, he does close the door behind you, and goes about his, daily duties and all that. Nyla sees you all. Well, please have a seat. We do have much to talk about. Seems your fox friend is also a little familiar with what we might be encountering, so I might take some of his information as well as we compare notes. But what's your first question, I guess?
You didn't want us speaking about the white cloaks and the tavern. Why? What do you know about them?
Well, when you think of our way of life, and you think of everything that makes it good and pure, the white cloaks are the exact opposite of that. They are formerly known as the Hesian Empire, who had a stronghold on the lands in the north, mainly Pri and Bukri. They were part of the destruction of the Sarosian Republic during that time, forcing the Sarandorns of that realm to travel west after the orcs moved on. And when she says that, I would say most of you would probably know this. It's somewhat common history. So you guys are in the continent of Hylac, and the northern part of Hylac is now called the Deadlands or the Dead Sands. Essentially, it used to be like Narnia, like 2,000 something years ago. And there's this giant wall that is built by the dwarves that is literally as tall as the mountains, that kept all the savage orcs from the south from going north, protecting this Narnia group. And this is before the cities that you are accustomed to now have been more developed and everything else, is because essentially all the conquest orcs. Wow, that's an interesting slip. What they did was they found some world eaters, these giant worms, and they traveled south underneath this Narnia, underneath the Sea of Swords, showed up on the far east side of Saros, and then attacked the Sarosian Republic from the west. When that battle was done and some other things happened, they ended up traveling with boats across the Sea of Swords, and an unsuspecting, unprepared Narnia was destroyed. Decimated and destroyed, plus the plague that Riha brought with we saw with the origins of Ukodor, they didn't kill her. It brought chaos and death as well, so all the living things pretty much died. All the grass withered away, the swamps, the jungles, everything died. Which we also know El Tora, who was the ancient silver dragon of the city of Toder, took all her people, everybody she could protect, and she brought him to this side of the wall to continue things. So during that time, when those two armies from the east, the Hesian Empire, and the Orcs from the west, attacked the Sarosian Republic, Riha caused some shit too, where all these monstrous creatures showed up and just decimated Bukri. So now Bukri is also very similar. It's plagued with these huge monstrosities and things, dragons and everything. So it's not a place to live now, which is south of where the college is, just for reference. So the Hesian Empire went back to Pri with their tail between their legs after getting destroyed, and now picks us up to where we're in this story now. So, after the defeat of Riha in the great battle of all the races, there were two peoples that did not partake in that battle. One, I am blanking on the name, and I will give it to you in a second. The other were the White Cloaks, the Hesian Empire. They were not part of this battle. The other was the Orc overlord that is in charge of all those conquest orcs in the Dead Sands. And I am blanking on his name. 1 second. Argu the Conqueror is his name. And he is the one who is in charge of all the orcs north of the wall. But the White Cloaks are evil in every shape of the word. They are purebloods, is like they like to call themselves. Pure humans, pure elves, dwarves, gnomes. There are no mixed races there. And they believe all exotic races other than those four are beneath them. They will still employ these creatures, such as ourselves, or kill us. So if we do not fight for them, we die. Those of us who possess magical properties, we are killed on sight, burned at the stake, as an example. They only believe that the council is allowed to wield magics. And they all believe in this savior god that goes by the name of Mardek.
Mm-hmm. Mardek. Oh no!
It's too much lore for Nafakura.
Just like, wait, I have to write all this down. Would there be, do you know, history-wise, if that orc was related to the Stone Fists, the Steel Fists?
Steel
In any
Fist.
way, Rogan's Steel Fist.
The one that you were supposed to be
the
meeting?
Lord of Dalstar. Yeah.
Oh
The Lord
no,
of
no.
Dalstar.
I
No
know
relation.
Rogan very well, actually. No.
New. He we think he died.
Excuse me.
Dalsa was, when I first came to this mainland, I was supposed to marry him. I'd never met him. But I was betrothed to him, and upon coming to the mainland and to Dalsa, it was in flames, and that's what I was trying to tell you. That's the White Cloaks are here. They attacked Dalsa.
When you see that, she was actually standing up, kind of like leaning on her desk. When you see that, she like legitimately falls over into her chair and just kind of stares at some of her bookshelves for a second. It can't be true.
I was there. I saw it with my own eyes. The man who was leading me to Dalsa, that was with me, my companion. It was his cousin. His family even died. His little girl in his arms, and everyone that we saw, or my friend said that she's sure that he died as well. But we got out of there as soon as we could, so I don't know what became of everything, but it was all in flames and people were dying left and right.
Wait, the White Cloaks have not been seen in 50 years.
Sounds like
40 years.
your information is out of date.
No, it's not. We were over in recently. The Empire is in rubble. There's no one there.
It would seem they relocated.
Yes, in fact, they chased us. They went even further, and they attacked the next city we were in, and then I got separated from my friend. And luckily, since I was able to cross over here, I haven't seen any sign of them, and none of my new companions here said that they know anything about them either.
What's this? We're all in danger. Thank you for letting me know. I will let the people who need to know this information as soon as possible.
Nyla,
Yes.
if you didn't know that they were already on the continent and thought no one had seen them for 40 years, why were you so worried about us talking about them in the tavern?
Because it's one of those things that there have been whispers of them trying to make a resurgence. But if they have enough force to sack Dalsa, that's more than we have been aware of. I am part of a council of the free peoples in this world, and we thought that they had been eradicated after the war and the defeat of Riha. We traveled there to confront them for why they were not there helping, and the cities and everything was destroyed. We know of them as lore, but I thought it was just more rumors and people trying to stir the pot. But this can't be real.
It is.
Tyvar, you know something about the White Cloaks, don't you?
He is nervously. His tails are just kind of going bananas right now.
Oh.
What? Yes. Of course. I do know a little bit about the White Cloaks. What would you like to know?
Well, what do you? I can't imagine you would know anything about the most recent thing if you've been stuck in that room for 300 years.
Yeah.
Unless you do. Unless you overheard the person sacrificing talking about them. It's not connected, is it? Is it?
I don't know.
Smart paladin.
Well, okay. So there is a connection somehow, but Voltak used to work with Mardek back in the Venrium College. But there's a falling out, I suppose. Voltak has gotten very strong, and his followers are also very strong, forcing Mardek out of the school, and there was other things that happened, but Eldon and we left before things got crazy. But I don't know. I mean, I haven't seen Voltak in a long time, but the Necromancer and some of the other followers in the past cycles have been speaking of an uprising and an army that they need to defeat. But I don't know if that is Mardek's army, the White Cloaks, or what. But if the White Cloaks are part of the Hesian Empire, that is not a good thing.
Tell this one something. They mention two names. This White Cloaks and a conqueror. RoU. Is there a connection?
No. I mean, RoU the Conqueror technically died, I don't know, 100 years ago or something.
What then?
So, I don't know why you're talking about them in the present tense.
Technically is sort of a weird word to put in front of died.
Well, I'm just making this. Also, I did misspeak. Tyvar has only been in that dungeon for 80 years.
Okay.
Okay.
Totally different. I
Okay.
mean, not entirely.
I mean,
different,
Yeah.
I mean, it gives it a different
Pretty much.
perspective on current events.
but yes. It was just supposed to be before Realms 1, and then my math was wrong. Because remember, originally, this was supposed to be 300 years in the future, and then I changed it. I
Right.
just didn't change
Yeah, you
all
went-
the lore.
You
Yeah.
changed it much, yeah.
Didn't change that much.
For reasons.
For reasons,
Reason.
of course. We can't connect all these things if they're not, whatever. But with what
can't we?
Nyla said about him not being part of this war, which sounds very fascinating. You might have to tell me about this sometime. My knowledge that he died before I went into the dungeon. So when I say technically, if there's either he didn't die and someone brought him back, or there's someone pretending to be him. I don't know. But no, to my knowledge, no. They're both assholes, but I don't think they have a common enemy. So I don't think, because again the orcs that Argu is in charge of were the ones that fought the Hesian Empire 3,000 years ago, time and time again. So they're enemies as far as I am concerned. Both wanting power and land per se, but I don't think that they have a common enemy. For luck and inspo to Kyriel.
Thank you. That's awesome.
Well, good
Not
to
gonna hit
know
me.
that enemies are not joining forces.
But when he's talking about this, Nyla is very intrigued, and she's kind of looking and just almost like taking mental notes. But if these white cloaks are here, and they also believe in Marduk as their savior god,
Yes.
That's
That's who they
bad
said that they
news.
wanted to take me to, or sacrifice me to, or something. It happened all so sudden. But that they specifically said Marduk.
if memory serves me correctly, I believe Marduk is the oldest living creature in Ukodor.
That's terrifying.
He is a very old ancient brass dragon.
But you said he was a wizard before? He was at some school? Why
He
would he
was.
want to kill all of us now? That
Marduk has always been keen on war and power. But I mean, he was a dick, but he wasn't a murderer
Marduk.
when I knew him. He didn't get along with people, but I also didn't get along with people, and that's understandable. A lot of the wizards like to sit around and just talk about shit instead of doing something. Eldon was one of the people who liked to do something, but he didn't want to kill people. So he left the school and went to go do something about it, to try to help. But you see where that got him, so...
yes.
Tyvar, how old are you?
I don't know. Let's see. 40, carry the 2. I
He
don't
just
know,
toes.
like 4,100 years old, maybe?
Bah!
For
I mean, Eldon got me when I was about 200, I believe.
Oh. Okay.
I
Sure
didn't
is
know.
Old.
That's a really, really, really long time.
Yes. I mean,
Inconceivably long.
Eldon actually acquired me much like you did when my first master died. Luck and inspo to Eclipse.
Thank you.
Who was your first master?
Well, my first master was Varus Venrium. He founded the school.
Oh,
But shortly after the school was built, he died, and we don't know why or how.
Varus?
Wow.
well, I'm sorry.
Oh, it's been a long time. It was very
can-
old. Very,
It's done mourning.
he was very grumpy. Luck and Inspo to Eclipse, Nafco and Carrick.
Oh goodness, thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you.
But you seem to be the kindest companion that I have had.
Well, you've only known me for
Just give
So-
it.
But can't
18 hours?
Tyvar? Didn't you say that Tyvar has special abilities like senses of like?
Mhm.
Didn't you say?
Yeah, I mean, he said he was like looked into our.
He can look into your
Yeah.
soul.
into your heart.
Yeah.
He soul gazed you like Harry Dresden.
Yeah. And he's secretly peeking into all of your minds right now too. But yeah, that's what he does.
Wow.
He does all
secret
sorts of things that.
Let's
So
see.
So it's
yeah, an
eldritch
interesting thing about
force.
companions, and we'll get into this with the
Me, it's a hamster
Wizards
wheel.
of Ukodor, is companions level with you. So
Yeah.
unfortunately, his 4,000 years of experience went to 4, because now you're level 4. But it's still like it's like his memories and his knowledge is there, but like his magical abilities, that things that he can do later, will be unlocked the higher that he gets.
That's
Wow.
so cool.
And there are lots of companions in the world. So if you notice by the character art, he has a little like black diamond on his forehead. Any creatures that have that is a companion. So if you see creatures like that in the world,
Zoom in on Honker. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Wait, let's zoom in on Eclipse. Is Eclipse a Nafiko has 2 companions. I'm just kidding. I'm just
Oh
kidding.
my.
amazing.
A cane and a feline.
Okay.
I broke it.
Wow. We got more things too. So another luck and inspo to Carrick. Luck to Nafiko, and 3 luck to Carrick. I think I
Oh,
got
wow.
that right. Oh, 3 luck and 3 inspo to Carrick. Sorry, I'm misreading things.
Ooh.
Yeah. So that he says that. What else you guys doing?
Tyvar, you've lived so long. Is Honkers out right now?
Yes. Yes. Of course.
So
Yeah,
you've-
because we
you've-
left the. Yeah.
Yeah. You've seen a crane before, right?
Yes, I believe I have.
And she's just like, is that a crane?
What is your heart, Nafiko's heart, saying? Like, does Nafiko really want it to be a crane, or does Nafiko think that it's not a crane?
Nafiko.
Nafiko is 3 years old.
She
Nafiko is 3
totally.
years old.
She totally.
I mean,
wants
I think both, like I think she believes like enough people believe her it's not a crane that she's like it's not a crane, but she's asking again because in her heart of hearts she still really wants it to be a
Because
crane.
he's connected with you, so he understands the fluctuations in your heartbeat and everything. Well, a crane is a very beautiful white bird, a creature of no other. You look at this bird and you see a crane, very similar to the bird on your crest, on your tabard and your shield. So by that very definition, Honkers is a crane. Tyvar's just tap dancing so he doesn't hurt your feelings, is what he's trying to do.
Oh,
Oh.
that's adorable.
Good
You sound
dad.
like a very wise creature. She scratches behind his ears.
Does anybody have a passive perception of 16 or higher?
No.
I don't think so.
Luck and inspo to Keywin.
No.
Oh no. Thanks. Just 10.
Oh, it's your hubby giving you luck and inspo.
Yay!
It's like cheating, isn't it? Thank you very much. And happy anniversary.
No
by the way.
way. No way.
Yes.
Thank you.
I also don't know what this new thing in Twitch is. Whenever somebody adds me now, it's like this big red bar, and I'm like, whoa, I see it. It's really cool. Anyway, so no one has a 16 or higher?
Attention.
No. I
No,
don't.
almost.
Okay.
14.
So you guys don't notice anything.
Cool.
But, yes, I got a little sidetracked, but have any other questions for me? I'm sure more will come as time continues.
Goes by.
Do you have a plan for notifying? I mean, you said you're part of a big council, so
Yes.
you can take the information about the White Cloaks to people who can do something about it.
Yes, I will absolutely do that, yes. All the people of the council will be notified, and we will try to get this information, as much information as we can. Everybody gets a luck and inspo, by the way.
Oh, sweet.
Thank you.
Love you,
Is on
chat.
board?
Yes.
Oh, rocking it.
Oof. He's about to try to kill us. Just because.
So just to burn through all.
What
of
about all these
Okay.
missing people?
Yeah,
Yes.
I got a missing brother that we were told that might be down here, and
Could you describe him to me, please?
I can show you to him. Show him to you.
Oh, of course. Yes, you can do that. Of course.
And Kiwin will turn into her brother.
Okay.
And she
kind of-
just like kind of acts like her brother, just like puts her hands on her hips and is just like
You
Like freaking out.
you watch her kind of do this flash, like her eyes kind of flicker with this blue and purple energy, like she's taken some sort of magical image of that.
mental picture.
When I reach out to the council, I
Right.
will be happy to share this information with them. And
Oh, all right.
if I hear anything, I can let you know.
What about all these people who kind of pick people up and take them to, I don't know, what was that one orc saying to you, Carrick, about people snatching people?
Oh,
Oh, we ran into people like that on the way here.
I don't remember now.
Yes.
it was
Carrick,
your
you drink too
buddy
much.
at the barracks.
Yeah, I honestly cannot even remember.
Hang on.
3 days in game, 3 months in the real world.
He
Right.
said, I don't really remember either, but Keewood went to go help someone with a well, so.
Yeah, it was Ulrich. He was the very big orc. And you remember you sent Keewin to the really dorky dragonborn kid who couldn't get water.
Yeah,
He was so cute.
I'm like, I must have made a note somewhere and I don't remember it.
No, it's fine. But yeah, he did talk about. He was kind of saying it under his breath, but I think you caught some of it, and he realized that he shouldn't say it anymore. But it was something to the effect of, there are people in the north that do, like, slave trades. Like, they do kidnap exotic creatures and sell them.
Well, I mean, I
in the
would
north,
my
yeah.
my character would know that because, yeah, he worked with them.
Okay.
That party, no. The rest of it, I'm like, I don't know down here. That's the problem.
Is Kiwin, does Kiwin still look like her brother right now?
Yes. Yes, it lasts for, what, an hour or something?
Right. So we're looking for him.
Yeah, 1
No
hour.
one's seen him.
Eclipse is staring at Kiwin perplexed.
Nafika was like, this is fascinating. She's gonna
Eclipse-
like poke you.
Eclipse and Carrick, please make a history check for me.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh, that's not
Eclipse
good.
is too confused by what he's seeing in front of him.
Yeah,
right
right.
now.
Seriously. I got like a freaking 5.
Oh,
You rolled higher than me.
Doesn't look familiar.
That's only because I have -1,
Well,
Eddie.
y'all have a bunch of luck in inspo, don't you?
Yeah, that's true.
You know, that's true.
You should roll
May
one
as-
just
may
to
as well.
see.
You know, I'm gonna
Just the
think on this
giggles.
harder.
I'm gonna think on this harder.
And that
Nope. This is
that
just
got me to a
too
17.
foreign.
Oh,
That is
17?
lucky.
17.
17. Still doesn't look familiar.
There we go.
Yeah, I went from a
Oh.
2 to a 1.
Yeah, I've wasted the luck here. Like,
It's all part of my plan.
Yeah, used up all the luck.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck at that.
But
Diane's having a solo issue. She's like, okay. There we go.
Okay, we're good now.
you just put the hands behind your head.
I just like started going like this.
autofocus.
So
for
Keewan's
Not
just
blue.
like
It worked.
she
Oh,
just keeps
she-
posing in different poses.
Oh yeah, you're
What's how?
Oh, I could always do this. I used to do this all the time to tell my brother that he had to go do something. I would pretend like I looked like my dad or my mom.
Do you
So,
actually
yeah,
sound like
I
your
do.
brother right now, or do you just have the same
No,
voice?
I'm pretty sure I just sound like myself.
Okay.
That's great.
I don't think it changes. I don't think it changes your hair.
Well,
hair?
y'all would have
No,
similar.
no, not your hair. I don't think it changes your voice.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
No, he has similar hair but shorter. So it's just like red and wild. But yeah. So I think it's just Keewan's voice.
That's awesome. Could you do that, but maybe not someone of your own family? Could you make yourself look like anyone?
Oh yeah, if I know what they look like. Can I switch it within the hour, or am I? You know, because if I drop it, then I can't do it until I've had a
Yeah.
short rest. But...
You know, I'm gonna say yes, because that's fun. I'm gonna say yes. Within the hour, you can change it.
I'm gonna make myself look like Kyriel.
So fear bulbs
And
do
we-
it very special because she can actually make herself 3 feet taller or shorter, and it's actually, you know, like sometimes when you do it,
It's a
like,
rifle
you
ability.
look like you're 3 feet shorter, but she's actually 3 feet shorter. So you know, like if you do that, there are spells where you can disguise yourself where she's
Right,
still
then you
7
can't.
feet, but then she looks like a goblin. But if you poke her like above the goblin, you still poke her. It's not like that with the fear bulbs.
Okay.
At least that's my interpretation of it anyway.
This one has seen your kind before, but was
I like flip my
unaware
hair.
that this was a
Option.
thing.
My friend used to do this trick too. It's so weird. I love it.
Which one has the goose?
I'm gonna change into character. I'm just gonna change into everyone within the hour.
Do that.
I'm like,
Eclipse is freaking out like, don't do it. Don't do it.
This one has a hard enough time understanding the current setup.
Nafako stares at you like, are you gonna...
I'm gonna change into Eclipse now. And I'm gonna have a big ol' smile on my face.
That wasn't me, by the way. I didn't do that. That's all her smile.
We only need one of them.
And then I'll change into Nafako. And once I'm done, I'll change back to Keewan. Oh, that's lots of fun.
Man, that's the first time ever looking at somebody who looks like me
Yeah.
outside myself. Tyvar, have you ever seen someone who looks like me?
Do an intelligence check, Keewan. No,
Okay.
no, I don't believe I have. You are very
Really?
unique, inside and out.
You know, I guess I was kind of hoping in 4,000 years maybe someone had been like me before.
4.
Right, you
4?
said that you didn't
Okay.
have family.
There is No one like the paladin.
I guess not.
Nyla, slightly amused by all of this. Well, if I do see anyone that fits that description, or if I hear news of that, I will let you know.
Well, thank you kindly.
How long are you all staying in town?
Oh, I hadn't planned on leaving until
What's
my
with the
friends
questions?
got here.
I mean, I would like to know where else I could look for my brother, but besides that, I don't know where I would go. I guess wherever my friends go.
Eclipse ponders for a second and then looks to Nafako.
Nafako, who is the only one who has finished her task and is like, I could leave. She sort of looks back at you and then looks around. Well, theoretically, I should head back to Ukodor, but there wasn't really a super specific timeline. If, especially, Lyland was saying that the town could maybe use some help with other monsters in the area, and if I could do some good before I go back. What? Why is that talking too much?
Well, it's not a problem we're trying to announce publicly. It hurts our trade. For us getting products for us to be sustainable, we are trying to deal with these things on our own. But it hasn't been working very well.
Why would they keep them secret?
For that reason, if word got out we are plagued with creatures or monsters that come here to steal cows or livestock or people will stop coming here. They'll stop trading with us.
More people being stolen?
Well, we're trying to prevent that, but yes.
They see this as safer than the north, then.
I believe so.
In that sense, they're probably right.
Well, I don't want to speak for anyone else, but I would help if I could.
Really?
Of course.
I mean, you all have done so much already.
I mean, I want to give my life to helping people. That was sort of my whole thing. I've decided this perhaps very young, some might say, but feels like the right thing to do.
Okay. Oh boy. Oh boy. Well, I mean, we have several leads, I guess. There are trolls in the mountains north of us. Some other large creatures to the mountains to the east. And there's something in this lake that we've heard that Nightcrest is having similar issues with boats and fishermen and things missing. Something large, I believe, is in the lake.
The Kraken.
For the point of order, how big is this lake?
I was going to ask the same thing.
It's pretty big. I mean, if you look on the map, it's a huge lake. When you think, I'm trying to think of an example.
Is it
if
like
you've
one of
been-
the
if-
Great Lakes?
It's bigger than a Great Lake. Let's put it that way.
Oh,
because it's
okay,
it's
so
very
it's
big. It's very
enormous.
wide. It's very wide and very long.
It's a sea.
Essentially, but there's no outlet to the ocean. That's why it's still a lake.
Okay.
Is it freshwater or saltwater?
It's freshwater. It might even be the biggest lake in Ukodor, I believe. No, there's another one that's really big, but it's pretty big.
How could something survive of that size in a lake?
This
That is a
big?
great question.
There's gotta be stuff to eat.
Enough
Well-
to sufficiate something that size?
Well, apparently it's pulling
It's
things from
taking
the
roads.
surface of the lake, yeah.
Fair point.
But all are equally needed. There are other smaller things as well, but they haven't been around in a while. And excuse me, when I said the trolls are on they're on the north side, yes, and there were other larger creatures on the eastern side of the lake.
So, is there any more description than other larger creatures?
No one's ever seen them. They just know that they're larger than the trolls.
Where
Are they hurting people?
They're taking people and horses
Where
and other things.
are the people being taken?
Oh, we don't know. No one's come back after they've looked for them.
Where are they taken from?
They're taken from our village, some of the neighboring villages, Nightcrest, and taken to the mountains to the east. So when you look at the actual map, if you guys have your Hylac map up,
Yeah.
there are 3 hills, but those are 3 small mountains. So the one in the middle is the troll one, the one on the right is the other one. Which is about a day's travel.
Sounds like another job for bait over here.
What in the world do you want to keep putting me up as bait?
Apparently, they like your style.
The Dragonborn has a point. The tall one wants to help because then we find the people.
I want to help, but I just don't know why no one else can be bait.
I could be bait.
See? We have others who can be bait.
But they've been snatching Firbolg and, well, Hardy.
Yes, this one was going to suggest the small friends, but perhaps too small.
Too easily taken. We need something they have to wrestle with.
I mean, if it's the same creatures that took my brother, then, I mean, it could take me very easily, too.
But he didn't have us.
Well, he is very strong. Let me just tell you that right now.
Do you think he
But
could
he's
fight
only
all of
one.
us?
I mean, he can whoop my butt.
He is but one. We?
Our
A few
menu?
at least.
7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh my god.
Our numbers keep changing. It's hard to keep track.
Just working overtime.
But we have a pretty hefty vault of materials and coins and things to reward you.
Oh,
if
I
you
got
are-
lots of coins. I can give some to you.
I appreciate it, but I'm gonna roll for it. I have to.
More obvious than, like,
Take advantage roll. No, I'm not
Kewen would. Yes. No care about.
Oh dear. Perhaps you might need to have a conversation with your friends. So I can put you on the books if you wish to take these contracts or one at a time. That is up to you. And if you complete the task, we can reward you.
Well, if that means being able to stay here longer but also be of help, I wouldn't mind.
And
think
who,
I'd go
who are you
crazy
waiting
just
for
sitting
again, Kyria?
My friends are Kewen, are you yourself again?
I am.
Okay. My friend, my only friend I've ever had, she actually kind of looks a little bit like her. I was supposed to meet her. She was grabbed right out of my hands, by the White Cloaks as I was escaping, and her uncle said to meet him here, and
What was his name?
no one's seen them. Oh my god, why did I forget his name? It's starts with a T.
Because he was in Khaldun.
Yes.
I don't remember.
Caldew?
Teuton. It's
Teuton.
Teuton.
Yep, I found it at the same
Okay, I
time.
forget that. So yeah, Teuton. Sorry. Teuton and Samanji.
Yeah, I'm familiar with Teuton. If he arrives, I will let you know as well.
Thank you. Yeah, a few people around town say that they know him and they've seen him, but it's been several months since he's
Yes.
come to trade.
I mean, it's a long, hard journey here, but when he arrives, I will let you know.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And so she pulls out this huge book. Diane, you might appreciate this. This huge
I do.
book
Already.
that looks like it's like almost like an Excel spreadsheet, but in book form. And there's like different like painted markers on things. And she's flipping through the pages and pulls a tab and flips it over. All right. Which contract would you like to take first?
Well, I think this should be up to my friend Carrick here or Eclipse. They should decide.
This one thinks that wherever the people are going is where we should go.
Well, people are technically going in all three directions. So the water creature is
Okay,
taking
so it
people.
is all three. Okay.
The trolls are taking people, and the other thing is taking people.
Are any of the people being taken alive?
Yeah, I believe they all are being taken alive.
Once again, helpful.
Really?
I mean, unless they're being taken by the water creature, they're probably
One's
being
plus
eaten and
like-
I
drowned.
mean, they're alive when they're taken. I
knows
mean,
too.
I don't know how soon they are killed after that. I mean, obviously, most of us can't breathe underwater, so the water people being taken
I
on the lake
sure
are
cannot
probably
breathe
gone.
underwater. I don't know how much help I'm going to be with an
I,
underwater creature.
I can actually
Yes.
hold my breath. I don't have to breathe.
That's fascinating. I do have to breathe though, so
Yes, that's a unique talent, but the rest of us likely do not share.
Well,
I think
I might be
Okay.
able to breathe underwater. I'm not sure. I've never
Of course.
tried.
Carrick, you're saying something.
I think to the east might be someone not associated with the White Cloaks.
The Dragonborn has a contact.
No, my point is the White Cloaks are not anything we want to mess with until we have, well, let's say more friends.
Yes, these white cloaks seem worthy of avoidance.
we'll have to find my brother first,
Well,
and then he'll
I
help.
guess if we're looking at the different tasks, we have the large creatures that are in the eastern mountains, unrelated to the White Cloaks, but we don't know much more information than that. We have the whatever it is in the water that has been stealing boats and things. We don't unfortunately have any more information about that. The mountains to the north are relatively close to us, and we do know that they are trolls, or at least believe that they are trolls. What's his
Trolls
name?
aren't always the brightest. Who are they working for?
Knack actually would be able to direct you where they believe the cave is. He's in the general store.
Knack.
And Eclipse, you actually talked to him already. He's the
Oh, that was the
general
one I
store.
did. Yeah, got it. Yes, this one spoke with them before.
So the creature to the east, in the eastern mountains and the ocean, you might have to go to Nightcrest to gain more information about that. I don't have too much information there, but I will reward you if you do complete these tasks. I know there are bounties for both of those creatures as well, in the city of Nightcrest as well. So she keeps talking about east. So when you're looking at the map, the Vaughn Highlands is the larger set of mountains that are on the coast. So the way that she's kind of explaining this is that the lake creature obviously is right next to Nightcrest, and whatever is in the mountain is also affecting Nightcrest. So what I'm trying to insinuate is that you could, there's bounties that they have, and there's probably bounties that Nightcrest has as well. And then technically Embertide is also close too, if you're trying to think of things that are close. So you might be able to travel to cities to do more research to obtain more information about those things. As well.
So the trolls to the north are the most closest thing affecting you besides the lake creature.
Yes, that is correct.
Yes.
All right.
Sounds like this Night Crest is a good place to get more information.
If you do head to Nightcrest, there is a very interesting goblin store owner in the general store in Nightcrest. His name is L2. She's very hesitant to say this. You can tell him Nyla sent you.
Why does this feel
Are
like?
you okay there?
Yes. Are
Yes.
you okay?
I'm okay. I have
I
been
take it you have history.
dodging his advances for 10 years.
He
at
likes
least.
you? Oh, that's so cute. That's so cute.
Reminds me of a skunk I used to know.
Yes, he is very close to representing a skunk.
So funny.
Oh my god.
Well, what say you? Kid?
Who? Me? I mean, I guess if we're gonna go to Nightcrest, we could at least try and take care of these trolls. Scares the bejeebus out of me, but
Mm-hmm.
Do we have any idea how many trolls there are, Nyla?
We've only seen 2 at a time. So there's at least 2. It's usually when it's dark outside. These
So you
seem
get one, and then you wear its skin to get the others.
You
Wait.
do?
why can't creatures
Flash.
just
Is
Fight
that true, Carrick?
It's an idea a friend of mine had a long time ago.
it's a terrible
can't-
idea.
why can't creatures come out during the daytime?
Well, these creatures, I believe, turn into stone if they come out in the daytime.
Oh. What?
It's also a lot easier to get by undetected at night.
Right.
Yes, I believe these are mountain trolls, but I am not 100% sure.
That is very interesting.
Sounds
Well-
like some of the trolls that my aunts had employed.
Employed.
Floyd.
Would we be able to employ them to help us with our other tasks?
I mean, you could try.
But that means they could be reasoned with.
So let's go have a chat with them.
I'm not so sure about that. My aunts.
Yes. This
they could
one's
sway- they
hesitant
could
as
sway
well.
people. They had their ways of swaying creatures and people.
This one suggests we stop at Nightcrest, gather information, then find out about these trolls.
But the trolls are north and Nightcrest is south of us, right?
Yes, we charge in blindly and get ourselves killed, or we get more information.
Are they gonna have information on the trolls in Nightcrest? Do you know, Nyla?
I mean, I don't know if they're a problem from them down there. No, I believe they're just a problem for us.
Doesn't sound like there's info there.
Perhaps so, then.
Sounds
Well-
like it's time for some night spelunking.
And it will take you, I believe, a couple hours to get there. But like I said, you can head to the general store and he'll be able to help you very specifically get there. So, trolls, she's writing in her little ledger. For the purse of 350 gold pieces, is this to your liking?
Is that each or is that collectively?
Collectively.
Oh, okay.
I was thinking 100 each.
Are you saying that out loud?
I
I said it under my breath.
Maybe she heard me, maybe she didn't.
If you want to try to persuade her, you can do a persuasion check if you'd like.
No.
Okay.
Oh.
So for 350 gold pieces, who shall I say is taking the contract? Do you all have an organization or a group name?
Still only met yesterday. 2 days ago?
Yesterday we met.
Oh, okay.
But we seem to work well together. This is my first time really working with anyone.
Yeah.
These
I'll
are the
let you-
first people I've ever met outside of home.
I will let you chew on that, I guess. I'll put
The good buddies.
the what?
I said the good buddies.
The good buddy. All right. I will put the good
Goose
buddies.
Brain and Foxing Incorporated.
I will put the good buddies as a working title. When you do decide before we complete the contract, I can amend this and change it if you'd like. We keep an active ledger, and as she's writing in this ledger, you see that, like her quill, as it writes, you see that there's this weird, like golden, that follows her writing. These ledgers are connected to all of the other cities and trading of this southern realm anyway. So we are essentially all the leaders who have these contracts. We keep track of that, and she kind of shows you a little bit, and you see other contracts. You actually see people writing in them too. So you actually see like someone's, it's like a Google Doc is what this is. Didn't think about that before, but that's exactly what this is. This is a magical Google Doc that connects all the cities in Hylac. So like the council can track what the contracts that are going on and who's completing them.
An Ukodor.
Ukodor, yes.
It is a Ukodor.
Well, if there's anything else you need, please, by all means, let me know.
God, I'm sorry. I am 3 years old.
It's true. It's true.
Less than, probably. Maybe.
My buddy and me. So please go ahead and see Knack at the Simple Wares, the general store. He'll be able to assist you further to guide you in the direction of the caves. And good luck.
Yeah. He's got a real knack for helping people.
The good buddies got it covered. Somebody think of a new name quick before it sticks.
Oh my God. The unbelievable
it's true. We
puns.
only just met. Like, what have
Yeah.
we?
Yeah, we have nothing to
Keeps
rally
putting us
on.
on the spot for a group name.
Is
Marketing merch.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
is
You can't force it. It's got to be
know.
organic.
I understand, but she has a ledger.
is
So
is everyone
so here's the funny part is you go to all these places, you do all these contracts, and if you have the same name or different names, you're gonna have to backtrack and have them amend all the names once you decide, and then
Pretty soon I'll have sending, so I'll be talking to all the people.
there you go. Anyway,
is everyone departing from Nyla's office?
Mhm.
As everyone departs from the office, Eclipse hangs back for a second. This one forgot something. We'll catch up.
Okay. And then
Good.
Nafka's very diverged with Typhon, right?
Kitty secrets.
Eclipse hesitantly walks back to Nyla.
yep. Are you closing the door or leaving it open?
Closing the door.
Can everyone just make a perception check?
$13.
I got a 5.
5, 13,
9.
9. Eclipse, what was yours?
Oh, perception?
Yeah.
That would be a 10.
Okay. Got it. So you go in there, and you close the door, and it's just you. Oh, did you have something else? Eclipse, was it?
Yes. What do they know of this RoU?
Well, my contacts with RoU has been extensive. However, anyone we send deep in undercover doesn't return. RoU has many contacts as well, and magic users now. The RoU in the present apparently is the son or grandson of the actual RoU the Conqueror. He, I believe, is worse than his grandfather. But there's a lot of movement on the western side of the Dead Sands, and we're not quite sure what is going on.
They spoke differently of what was said in company. They said RoU was dead.
Technically, Tyvar said RoU was dead.
Ah.
But yes, the again, contacts seem to be misplaced and mistaken. We thought the White Cloaks were no more as well, as the cities were in ruins after the war. We assumed the worst, of course, but didn't look too further into it because they're terrible people. But you still have to have an eye on your enemies at all times. So, again, RoU the Conqueror doesn't exist. He died hundreds of years ago. But there are rumors and things of RoU the Conqueror in the skin, in the flesh. I don't believe they resurrected him. But it's possible. But I do believe it's his kin.
Have these rumors gone as far as a gash? Or a ghoul?
I believe so. There's a lot of rumors of an uprising. Coincidentally, the number of orcs in Ogul Bay has doubled in recent months. Not sure from where, to be honest. I don't know if he's recruiting from some of the other civilized cities along the coast, but they are growing nonetheless.
If these rumors were to be true, anything more they could say?
Well, I mean, we are currently asking about that as well. You seem very connected to this. Are you from Agash?
Is a complicated question, but short answer is no.
How are you sitting or standing in front of her?
He is standing very tensely.
Where are your hands right now?
At his side, probably.
Okay.
Just fiddling somewhat.
I rolled a natural 20 on a perception check. Can you do a sleight of hand just to see if you are accurately covering up certain things on your body?
What was it I'm doing? Sleight of hand?
Yeah.
Sleight of hand is going to be an 11.
11. So she does notice, with your nervous twitching, what you have like bracers or something covering up your wrists, right?
Yes.
But she notices that. She's been around for a bit. We're talking about Agash. You're getting pretty uncomfortable. I won't pry any farther. If you ever want to talk to anyone about your burdens, please let me know. I too have dealt with burdens of my past. And she kind of rolls up her sleeves a little bit, and you see very similar markings on her wrists. But
Where?
Where? Like you're asking her where she was.
Mm-hmm.
I was a slave in Agash for a very long time. I was actually brought here about 10 or 15 years ago from a friend of mine, a silver dragonborn.
It's all connected.
But I was, she kind of sits down and gets a little uncomfortable and says, I was a personal pet for Vrigka. He had me at his side as a plaything to entertain him when he was bored, entertain his guests. They liked my wings. She kind of shows her wings, and it looks like she probably couldn't fly. Her wings are badly damaged.
Does any of this sound familiar to me?
100%.
Mm-hmm.
No one's cast Regenerate on her?
And if
Do
if
I-
Carrick was there,
I was just gonna say if Carrick was there, then
what's
yeah.
that?
Do I recognize her from the past?
Do a history
Well,
check
she
with
said it was
advantage.
15 years ago, right? And you're 18?
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's probably true.
Oh wait, hang on, math.
Yeah, math. If it was that long ago, then maybe
It was
not.
probably like 5 or 6 years ago. Let me change that. Sorry.
Give him a chance.
Yeah, I was gonna
Well,
say,
no,
hang on.
because again, I didn't go through all my lore to compress things because of the timelines.
What was it? History?
Yeah,
That was a solid 2.
2. I mean, she's an Or 2, and you feel like you've seen an Or 2 before, but you can't place where. It could be her, or it could be somebody else. I mean, the other name definitely rings a bell, obviously. So I would, I mean, even though you rolled a 2, like it probably should have just been a gimme anyway. So, but she was always with him, so you would have noticed. She would have looked different though. That's the catch. Is you would have probably noticed her in a really, really bad state. Not like nice and shiny like Jabba the Hutt kind of stuff, but like it would have been a really bad
Right.
thing.
How did they escape?
Well, they caught this a friend of mine, the Dragonborn, and he somehow broke out. And when Vigkra was sleeping, he took me with. He said he had some sort of connection with Or2, and he couldn't let me stay there any longer.
I'm trying to pretend like I don't hear any of this. It's like, okay, I know nothing.
Nope.
I know nothing.
This one is sorry for what you have gone through.
And you. I keep these scars to remind me every day of what could happen if I allow evil to thrive. And we have this connection, Eclipse of the Moon. By the way, you've never said Eclipse of the Moon to her.
They know us.
I do.
Then they know why that name leaves such a sour taste in our mouth.
Yes, I do. But by the looks of your wrists, the state that you are in now shows to me that you are free. Somewhat of that impending doom.
This one will never be truly free until Fricka is dead.
We share this common thread for sure. If you ever decide to head north, stop in RoU. Head to the tavern and ask for Roman. He should be able to help you.
Oh boy.
Eclipse's eyes soften up for the first time in a while, and thank you.
Thank you. Good luck. Perception check, Eclipse.
Not doing so hot tonight. 11.
Okay. So she bows to you, and you turn to leave the space. As you leave her space, what's everybody else doing? Because this was a longer conversation.
I want to.
Guess I'm heading to the
General store?
Yeah, the store.
Okay. So Kiwin and Carrick heading to the general store. Kyriel, are you staying there? Nafiko, you're staying there? Are you?
I think Naviko was gonna wait for Eclipse.
Okay.
I was gonna go back to the dock, and then look out into the lake, just to be like, if I see, like, I'm just watching the water.
Sure. Okay.
So I'm
So you're
curious
heading
about
to the lake. Kiwin, Carrick, you're heading to the general store. Eclipse, you walk out. You only see Nafiko. Nafiko and Eclipse, or not Nafiko. Eclipse, make another perception check. Nafiko, make one too. Why not? Let's do this. That's
17.
17.
6.
6. Oh, fuck you.
Wow.
So, Eclipse, as you open the door and walk towards Nafiko, you don't see Tyvar on her shoulder, but one step out of the door, he pops back into normal form.
Really?
I'm pretty sure that Nafiko wouldn't be able to keep a straight face, but
I think I just hallucinated your whole conversation with Nyla.
This is awesome.
So, point of order, Eclipse. I just want to say, just because it's cute. So after she looked at you, your perception check was way too low, but she said, good luck, and then she looked down and did like a smirk face because she saw him, because she can see invisibility. So she saw him kind of poke around a corner, like when he was listening. So he was in the room listening, obviously.
I'm just projecting it all, but
I apologize. I am going to go talk to the turtle. And he just
what?
scurries over there.
What? Tyvar!
This one's friends would do well to be careful which conversations they listen in on. It could mean the difference between life and death.
Eclipse, he's just very nosy. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to listen in on something that I shouldn't have. But, I guess those were some of the things that you didn't want me to know.
This one may in time be ready to share more, but it's hard to find the words.
Nafiko puts both hands on your shoulders, and She sort of nods and she says, "You can tell me whatever you want or keep it to yourself. I trust you." And I mean, you've asked me questions about myself that I haven't answered, but I think fair's fair. If you do want to ask me something, I just learned things about you that you didn't mean to share.
Can share with us whenever you're ready. But if it's true, this one does have a request to make. It never truly comes up in conversation. Much of this one's culture doesn't apply in common life. This one has grown rather fond and feels close with you. In this one's culture, this means that with permission can refer by name. Would that be okay?
Of course. Is that why you haven't called me Nafuko? Was it rude of me to call you Eclipse this whole time?
As this one said, does not apply. Much of this one's culture is lost, but this one remembers.
I'd be honored.
Thank you, Nafuko.
And
That was sweet.
once your conversation does start to come to a close, you see he kind of moves like a squirrel, actually. He doesn't really run like a fox. Like, he kind of does like a hop and then like a poke up and then like a hop and then like a poke up. And Tyvar is like kind of like looking around like a statue at both of you. Eclipse, I am apologize 2 times now. It is part of the connection I have with my companion. It is not her fault. It is 100% my fault. We are connected, so we hear everything that the other one hears, like the conversation right now. I am sorry, but I see goodness in you, and you care for Nafuko as much as I do. I will not trust you anymore. Right? Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Give this one a few days first, but maybe we'll get there.
Hopefully, because, like you said, we're very connected now.
Yes, this one's aware.
Maybe we should go to the general store.
Okie dokie. And he kind of does his little hop thing, and he jumps up on Nafuko's shoulder and looks at you. And kind of comes in like, almost like like your cat does, where he wants like a little like head rub. No, too soon. All right, that's fine. Here we go. So then you two or you three are on your way to the general store. So we'll go to Kyriel first. So Kyriel, you get to the lake, and you're looking around.
I'm gonna go back out onto the dock where I was sitting when we first got here, and just let honkers play in the water. If there's any kids or anything nearby,
Sure.
she'd probably do that.
All day. She's all
Probably
over there.
bite them.
Do what?
Probably bite the children.
No, I mean,
Maybe.
Maybe a little bit. I mean, the goblin kids will bite her. The goblin kids will bite her back, so it's
Bite her
an
back.
equal thing. Yeah. So you might have to-
No. Yes.
So you do get to the lake. It's relatively quiet. It is later in the afternoon. because you all slept in and then you had lunch and then you went to the thing. So sun isn't going down quite yet, but you do get there and you look around and the lake is very, very peaceful. There are lots of birds and things kind of flying around, and Honkers is playing with some kids and honking and doing his thing, her thing. Anything else you'd like to do, or you're looking for something specific?
I was just gonna see. I mean, since it's a fairly big lake, like if I see any disturbances, I was just really trying to see Nessie, the Loch Ness monster. I was just looking to see if I see any.
Sure. Do a
See a
perception
boat.
check. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Nessie's real, by the way, and she's a dinosaur. Just throwing that out there.
Sidebar.
A 6.
6. Okay.
Yep.
So you look around. The lake looks relatively still. You can't see the end of it. You do see some small and some large fishing ships out there, and everything seems to be on the up and up.
Does she see any cranes?
No, you do not see any cranes.
Honkers is still out and about flapping.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
So as you're sitting at the lake, and Nafako and Eclipse go to meet Kiwin and Carrick at the general store, we're going to take a break. A second, I'm going to sneeze.
Gesundheit. Gesundheit.
Wow. Wow. Let me refresh this real quick. We are going to... Oh my god. I did it
Did
again.
you not close it? Oh no.
Oh, you didn't close up the first one?
I didn't close up the first one.
Oh.
Well, more people are in here anyway. Not many people entered. So go ahead and enter raffle in the chat to win this guy. The griffin with the purple thing.
Dorbs.
Anybody can enter this. Players too.
Oh well, raffle.
So just enter raffle in the chat. I forgot to do the giveaway. That's my bad. But you're in here. You were in here before. We have more people in here anyway. So enter raffle, and we'll be back in about 10 minutes. And welcome back. Let's go ahead and pick our winner for the Griffin Co. Not Griffin Co. Wow, I should say I wanted Griffin Co. The Griffin Mini is Eric Raw.
What?
No kid.
What?
That's amazing.
Oh man, man.
That's awesome.
I will send that to you. Lickety split. So, as we settle back in, you all, the four of you anyway, are heading to the general store. Kiwin and Carrick will get there first. As you enter the store, it is a very simple store. There are a lot of basic traveling goods and things in the store. It is a general store. You do see a Firbolg male standing behind the counter.
Hi there. Hi. Oh my goodness. You're a sight for sore eyes. I don't know you, but you're a Firbolg. My name's Keelan.
Hello to you too. My name is Nak. What can I do for you?
I guess we're wondering about some trolls. But how's your day been?
Day's been good. No trolls today though. Oh, trolls,
well, good.
You're going to the cave?
I mean, I guess so. If you guys have some troll problems, we want to help fix that.
Okay. I think Carrick is doing what Carrick is doing. Yes. Apologies. Of course. I just realized I had these stuck to my shirt, which are little bases. That's funny. I was like, what is that? Yeah. Of
We're
course.
right
Of
here,
course.
right?
Business. Of course. Yes. There are trolls to the north. If you are headed there, if you can look over here on the map, and there's like a map, kind of like a small area map on the table, and he kind of leans in and points to it and looks at you, Kiwin. Like, if you look right here, so you look in, and he is like closer to you, and he's very uncomfortable. Obviously, Carrick, you probably know what's. Well, you see, if you travel here north of these woods, there's a thing here, and he's kind of like, not quite like Ghost, but he's like trying to like lean in and really like show where you are. Yes. And he sees Carrick just looking at him like, okay, yes. Then here is where the trolls should be. And as all that is happening, Nafako and Eclipse would like walk in probably. So Nafako and Eclipse, you see, Eclipse, you've met him before, but you see him kind of like uncomfortably close to Kiwin, like showing on the map where the thing is, and Carrick.
Kiwin has no idea what's going on.
Carrick is what Carrick is doing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
Oh my god, do I know what's going on? That seems improbable.
So,
How out of character.
I would say that
Oh, that's hilarious.
even though it's out of character, I would say yeah, it does look a little awkward, I guess. Oh, hello, more people. Yes, let's not get uncomfortable anymore. Are these your friends? Are they helping you with the trolls?
These are my best friends ever, right under Carrick. Yeah.
All right.
Greetings.
All right. Well, yes. I showed your friend here, where the location is of the troll cave. Is there anything I can do for you all?
Give us any more information? You want to? I don't know. Nyla said that you would have more information for us. I guess.
Well, that's pretty much it. I've seen the trolls head back to the cave. That's about it. I was skinning a deer when they snuck by me. Well, I snuck by them. They took the deer and the hide. But yes, it was.
Well, that's a shame.
It is. But
Loss of
when
a
you're
good
scared,
meal.
we can definitely be invisible from the world for a little time.
We sure can.
Yes.
I've done that quite a bit.
This
feel
is a
like-
skill you possess?
Me? Well, yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna do it right now, just in case I gotta do it when I'm actually scared. But
Eclipse looks incredibly skeptical at the notion of this 7-foot-tall figure going invisible.
Well, it's very easy. When you're uncomfortable like this, you just go poof, and he goes poof, and he's gone.
I love your shirt.
Come in.
That's
Oh,
awesome. Cat shirts.
How did I?
Eclipse, why'd you gotta go and scare him?
He does poof. And
Is
he comes
this
back.
one frightening?
I'm still here.
That must come in handy. We hear fearbolts are popular amongst the people that are taking people.
Curious that they can be captured so easy with this feat.
Well, we can only do it so many times a day.
Well, we have to be conscious for it too. Yes. And it doesn't
Yeah,
last that
that
long, but yes, that's a little matter.
Interesting. Conscience.
So
Is
Nathiko's
there-
been thinking about. Sorry, can I?
Yes, go.
What
go
she
for it,
saw
go
when
for
she
it.
came in, and I think the natural 20 is that she has once witnessed this behavior before and that saw how other people dealt with. She's like, so I think she like walks up to the counter and like sort of like leans on an elbow and she's like, "Do you have intentions toward my friend?"
What? What? What are you talking about? And he goes, and he like tries to go invisible again, and nothing happens. He's like, "Fuck, no, of course not. Of course, I just haven't seen a fine Fearbolg such as this in quite some time. However, you all get to lock in an inspo."
Well,
Thanks,
then.
everyone.
Oh, my mistake. She just
Uh.
walks.
Fear this awkward interaction a little more. Keewin is probably super blushing, no idea what's happening.
He's definitely very red too. He's like, "Okay, hi. I think I might close early. But good luck to you all.
What? What if, do we need anything to help us?
Yes, this one was going to ask.
Made us
Has
some
there
rope?
been any restocking with regards to the likes of potions?
I have a
s-
whole bunch of stuff that maybe I can give to you so you can sell them.
Since yesterday, no.
Hmm.
Didn't we walk past a potion shop somewhere in this town? Isn't there?
It
Was
might
there
still
one?
be open. There's an arcane shop. Yes,
Yeah.
it's called Secrets of the Lake.
And would the arcane shop have any connection to your business?
No, not really. They have their own stocks of things. Usually, magical items and reagents and things like that. They might have potions too.
Well, since there was much friendliness occurring here, perhaps you might be able to put in a good word.
I mean, you can tell them Knack sent them. There might be some sort of referral discount, perhaps.
Much appreciated.
And he's like really awkward. He's only like 20s. Like he's still a somewhat young guy himself.
How
Do
old
we
is
have?
What?
How old is Kewen? Because you're like underage, right? For your.
She is 28. She just turned 28. 30 is the Fearbolg's maturity
Yeah,
age.
so he'd be in the same range.
Aww.
Do we have any wares that are of no use to us that maybe this
Well, I
fine
got
establishment
something.
could try to
I got
sell?
some things in this bag that just seems to go on forever. And she just starts pulling out a bunch of stuff. I've got 3 short swords, 1
Yeah.
great axe, 2 scimitars. Carrick, did you take the longbow and arrows? Or do I still have that?
Oh,
She takes out a longbow. She takes out 18 arrows.
Well, I could probably give you 100 gold pieces for all of these.
Well, that seems like a whole lot.
does it?
This
I
one,
don't know, Carrick.
this one thinks the arrows might still prove useful.
All right, well we'll keep those then. She puts them back in the bag.
She just does it all out. Like it doesn't. Yeah.
And so I'm sorry. So how many items did you pull out here? I'm trying to remember how much there was. I'm trying.
Sorry. I got my list of
The short sword.
3 short swords, 1 great axe, 2 scimitars, and 1 longbow. She put the arrows back in her bag.
This seems like a slightly lower trade than what was offered the last time.
In what regards?
The last time, this one traded some similar wares in smaller amounts for a slightly higher fee.
I mean,
Better deal.
you have two long swords that go brand new at 15 gold pieces, and these are obviously worn. Scimitar is about the same. Yeah, you said it was a great axe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Great axe is 30. I mean, it's a pretty fair trade. Just to confirm, it was 2 scimitars, 2 long swords, and a great axe, and a longbow.
3 long
Right.
swords, 2
3
scimitars, and 1 great.
swords.
Short swords.
3, 2, 1.
Short swords, 1 great axe, 2
I'm not looking it
scimitars,
up. It's fine.
1 longbow.
Oh, it's even less. So 30, great axe is 30, that's 60. A scimitar, which I don't ever remember how to spell.
SCIN.
A.
TAR.
Eclipse is going to beckon for Kiwin to lean down to him so that he can whisper something in her ear.
And she does.
For anyone who is highly perceptive for anything, he whispers in her ear to give him a wink and say, "Are you sure you can't give us a little more?"
It's
Longbow
great
50.
that Diane doesn't wink that well, so get ready for some awkwardness.
Lizzie's like,
So hearing that, she's like, all right. She leans on the thing. She's like, so
I'm so sad I'm not here for this.
can you give us a little more than that?
Perception check?
Love it.
All right,
Perception?
persuasion. He's
Persuasion.
persuasion.
Love it. Oh.
That seems about right.
Is there no way that because of my
That's the
suggestion that I can assist?
Sure.
That's
You can give advantage on that. That was a
Advantage? Okay. So,
Advantage.
smooth eclipse.
okay, a little bit better. 8.
I didn't price the longbow in that price, so technically yes, it should be about 150 gold pieces. How does that sound?
How
This
does
seems-
that sound, Eclipse?
This seems fair.
All right, and he takes the items awkwardly and hands you 150 gold pieces.
All right. Do you want me to put that in my bag, guys?
Yes, just be sure not to turn it out in public again so uncasually.
Do you have any
All right.
Casually. So.
net? Do you have any nets here?
Nets? Yes, I have a couple.
Oh, yes.
Seems like it didn't quite work because the thing was on fire, but it seems like a good idea.
Yes.
Well, what are you trying to catch?
Agreed.
I mean,
Well,
trolls and
Trolls,
You know,
yes, that's right. Well, I have weighted nets. I have large nets as well. The weighted large ones are 10 gold apiece. It's roughly like 15 by 15 net, give or take. I have a couple of those.
Perhaps 2 of those and maybe a little more rope would be appropriate.
Sure. Do you want shackles or anything? Manacles?
The quality.
I have one set of manacles already. I don't know if they'd be big enough for a troll.
We have big
Likely
ones.
not.
We do have big ones.
It'd take us more to carry it.
Yes, it's perhaps we skip that route.
I mean, manacles, you can walk with them. But yes.
These trolls that we're going to find, you know of them.
I've seen them once, yes.
Seen
You
them.
know they're taking people.
Say again?
You know they're taking people.
Well, that's what people have said. I know it took my deer, and it dragged something up the hill, but it was dark and I was frightened. But
We hear there's something around here very, Fearbolg a lot.
Took
Aren't
my
you-
brother.
I haven't heard that. Who said that? What are you talking about?
You're not scared at all?
I mean, I am now.
He's terrified. I'm terrified. They're taking my brother. Maybe.
What?
Have you
I should probably lie down. Maybe if people are taking Fearbolgs, I might close up for a few days. Yes.
We
So-
might
so this-
need you.
Nothing else.
Kidding.
I
The Dragonborn.
Yeah.
The journey does not always have to be so taxing. If one is careful, one can often find a ripe reward. He says casually, and thieves can't stop scaring him so much.
And in Thieves Can't back to him, I say, stop ruining my fun.
right.
Does he
say-
understand he
Uh,
can't?
Nat, I apologize for my friends. They can be very rude. And she eyes Carrick like, stop it.
Well,
I
wish you
love
luck.
that they speak
Uh,
Can't.
you should probably hurry, though. Heska will probably be closing any moment.
Guess that's our cue.
Thank you for your patronage.
Thank you as well.
Bye, Nat. It was nice meeting you.
You too. I didn't get your name. And the door.
Oh, what? No, she pokes her head back and she's like, my name's Keelan. And she runs away.
Keewin.
She runs away.
And as you run away, the lights turn off, the door closes, and you hear about 45 locks close.
Sounds about right.
The sign
God.
closes.
That was cute.
So as you get to you get to the secrets of the lake, there's literally a sign on there that said "Open till midnight." He just wanted you out of his store.
I'd probably be done, right? Like I didn't stay.
Oh yeah. You would have probably linked back
Back
up.
up.
your guys,
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, magic store. With
Yeah. Wizard. So as you all enter this beautiful arcane shop, it is full of items and weapons and potions and tinctures and reagents and all sorts of things. Everything is suspended against the wall. It is not. There's no fixtures holding it, so like everything is kind of just like floating in space. And you see a like middle-aged female drow, kind of behind the counter. Yes. What can I do for you? We just opened up.
Just opened.
Yes, the sun is going down soon. Don't come
Keelan's
out
just
during the
like-
day.
Floating things. She's just like running her hand underneath them.
Point of order. Did we actually get those nets in that rope?
Yes, you.
Oh,
Okay.
all right. I put nets on my character sheet, so
Great. Just
So they
making sure.
are
no,
heavy.
large weighted.
They are heavy and weighted, and they are 15 feet by 15 feet. So it's a very large net. That is
Okay.
Great. More stuff to carry.
Is Kyriel here?
Yes. Yeah, I came in.
Just wondering.
Yes.
What do you got for crossbows?
We got a referral from the other shop across the way.
Our new friend Knack sent us here.
Oh, yes, I know Knack. What can I do for you, though?
I don't think I need anything.
I'm going to reach into my satchel and pull out a gray vial, a blue vial, because I still don't know what these things are, as well as the black powder that we picked up last time, and Harbinger's ashes, which I guess I don't really know, and ask.
The necromancer's ashes.
Yes.
Got it. Okay.
Can you tell me more about these things?
I mean, if you give me some time, I could probably do the 2 potions now, but the powder, give me some time, a day or so.
Okay. And these ashes, they came from a necromancer.
What are you wanting to do with them?
Can you tell me if they could be used to do something with?
No, not at all.
Okay, well, I guess I'll just put them back in my bag then. Maybe save them for later.
I like to buy things that aren't, that people don't really want to use. And she kind of points to a wall, and there is just like a bunch of random crap. I do collect things that is, I don't have. Ashes of a necromancer.
Oh. Well, I do, and I guess I'll just hold on to them then. So you were saying about these vials.
Yep.
I was actually I know a little bit of that, so she does.
Carrot and stick.
Yes, she had to learn stuff like that. So about these vials. So you did say you think you could tell me what those were?
Yes. One is potion of water breathing.
Oh.
And the other is I lost it. I hit a button and it's gone away. Where are we at?
What?
Those books are
What
tricky.
are you looking at?
They are very, very tricky. It is where the fuck does it go? Oh my god. Potion of fire breath.
Oh. Okay.
That's awesome.
I'll if you wouldn't mind, I will leave this black powder here with you. If you can look it over for me, how much would that helping me with that? How much would that cost?
For me to look this over?
Yes.
I mean, it'll be
Unless
day.
you'd like to do it as a favor. We I don't know if you we got rid of the spider problem in town.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that at all. Let me look at look at it and see if I can figure out what it is. If it's nothing, then I won't charge you anything. If it's something, I will let you know.
Thank you. That's actually where we killed the spiders. That's actually where I found this necromancer. I was able to get this necromancer's ashes. So.
Oh.
You have anything special? Anything special that we might like here? Anything
I
particular?
have an extensive inventory. If there's something very specific you're looking for, I can potentially help you out.
It would seem that, given our past circumstances, something along the lines of healing might be useful.
I have healing potions. I have 3 regular and 1 greater.
How much for the 3 regular?
They're about 50 pieces each. 50 gold pieces each.
In our party fund, we have quite a bit of money, guys.
I was
All the money
so.
that I found
Do
in
we-
the dungeon, and I've
Yeah,
been
how
How
putting
much
much
it-
money do you have?
No, well, Meta, how much are we splitting are we splitting our gold up, or are we doing a collective thing? I know everybody's different how they do that.
Keeman just like pushed all of that gold into her bag that is endless, her bag of holding. I think currently she has 275 gold pieces and 200 silver pieces that we have all found or received as a group.
I think the only exception to that was the coin that Eclipse pocketed earlier in that one room.
Yeah, but
It was also pretty good.
Shady Cat Man.
Right?
Yeah.
Not in those numbers.
Yeah.
So we can take from that fund for the potions if you'd like.
Yeah, I mean, I think that would be a good use of the funds.
Yes, I think everyone here can agree staying alive is a good priority.
Can't argue with the cat.
So how much are the potions? I think I can cover this for my friends.
It'd be 150.
150, okay.
That's for the 3 regulars, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
The greater is about 75.
Do you have anything that could make us be less visible?
I might have some dust of disappearance. Let me think. And she kind of looks behind and she kind of starts throwing things.
A meta like staff pass without a trace type thing.
Yes, I have two vials of dust of disappearance. So you can only do it on yourself, I believe. Yeah, and for 2d4 minutes, you that's how long you're invisible.
This one's going to recommend at least one of our friends acquire this. And he's gonna try not to look really hard over at Nafako.
Sorry, Clips, what did you just say?
He's nothing.
Okay. Hey, Taiva, what did you just say? Taiva's not here.
He telepathically tells you.
And how much would that cost us?
We're
using it to take care of the troll problem.
I can give you a pretty good discount. It's normally 80. I can give it to you for 60. And like when she's giving you a deal, she kind of like freaks out for a second.
What's this person's name? Did we catch her name?
Hecta. Heska.
Heska.
I like her name.
Does anyone here have any prior experience with fighting the trolls? Know anything that they might have a preference against?
They don't like fire.
Would I have some knowledge about the trolls from...
You all can do a history check.
Okay.
I live in Troll Swamp.
You can do it with advantage, actually.
Okay.
7.
16.
Dang.
12.
12.
17.
17. So there are lots of different 26. There are lots of variations of trolls. There are your typical like swamp trolls that are all trolls have some sort of regeneration properties. The traditional swamp trolls is like traditional Forgotten Realms. Fire damage does kind of splinter that. You know, meta, obviously, if they take fire damage in that turn, then they can't regenerate. But there is a myriad of other trolls. There are like poison trolls and ice trolls and frost trolls, which are different than ice trolls. There are mountain trolls. The mountain trolls are much more similar to Adventures in Middle-earth trolls. So they're kind of more ogre-like the big one that they were fighting in Mines of Moria. So they are much larger, and they are very affected by sunlight. But you know, that's kind of the thing. So their affinity, you don't know what their weakness is per se, but other than sunlight.
Sunlight.
Yes. But yeah, you would know all that.
That actually brings up a question I have out of character. I have Channel Divinity, because I'm a cleric, and Special Light Domain, Radiance of Dawn. So it dispels magical darkness, but then each hostile creature within 30 feet that doesn't have total cover must make a con save or take like 2d10 plus 4 radiant damage. I mean, it's not sunlight, but I mean, But does that work even if there's not magical darkness? Could I still use that even if there wasn't magical darkness and force them to make a con save?
Yeah, I mean, you're using it to dispel magical darkness, but anything in the area, I would say that would still count. Yes.
Right. Cool.
Got any rocks that light up?
Maybe.
I can cast light on my shield. I don't know if that'll help, but
Eclipse has the Lantern of Revealing, so it
Yes.
sees invisible creatures within 30 feet and sheds dim light another 60 feet, 60-foot radius of.
I mean,
dim light.
yeah, and I can cast light on my shield. I don't
Yeah.
know if that would help. Outside
So we
of
could
me,
see. So essentially, we could see them and have light with the shield and the lantern.
And maybe.
I mean, I do have this, and she kind of pulls out this kind of bluish gem, and it's very large. It's almost like the size of like a small baseball, and she kind of puts it on the table. This is 200 gold pieces. This is the gem of brightness.
Oh.
200.
Well, I sure do like this, but I don't know if we'll be able
What?
to.
What does that do?
It sheds it blinds creatures. It sheds this beam of brightness. I mean, it's kind of like the Lantern Revealing, but it does. I think it does radiant damage. It's 50 charges. Con save would be blinded.
Including us.
I would assume when people have used it in the past, they said, close your eyes.
Don't look. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, look at us, sunglasses. That kind of thing. You can. There's another thing to it too. It does do another thing. Sorry. I'm reading it and my brain stopped working.
Well, we're running low on funds now, I guess, with the potions. Maybe another time.
Yeah, I think I can do quite a bit of light things, so.
Well,
It's time for ale.
good luck. Are you fighting the trolls tonight?
Well, it seems like my friend here wants to go get some ale, so maybe not. I don't know. I thought we were headed now, but
It would seem, given what we know of the trolls, that perhaps exploring during the daylight might actually be beneficial.
I like your thinking, Eclipse.
Especially the time of day it is, and you said it takes.
A
2
few
hours.
It's like
hours.
half a day. Yeah. So if
2
we
hours.
got there, it'd be nighttime.
Yeah,
Yes.
let's.
Well,
check
yeah,
this
it's already kind of becoming nighttime as it is. Yeah. So I mean, you could get there before night actually officially starts, or you can wait till later. That's totally fine. Either way.
I
Because
think
we've discussed that trolls don't like daylight, right?
Correct.
Yes.
They
We can go see how our friend
But
Hadek is doing.
Meta, we actually just left. What did we leave at the other store for them to take a look at? And you wanted to come back the next day?
Oh, some powder.
the powder.
powder.
Yeah, the
Wait,
powders.
That's
It would
the
take-
store. That's the store. She's looking
Yeah.
at it.
Yeah.
And,
Oh,
but that'll
okay.
be like another you can't just go take a long rest. You won't be done. So it's like another at least a day. So 24 hours from
Like a full
Oh,
day.
so we're going to do this now. Okay.
probably. Well, you could probably do a long rest and then go do.
Well, he
it.
doesn't need to know that. I can pretend I'm going to the bar.
Okay.
Well, let's go see our friend Hadek, and then we'll set off in the morning.
Yes.
Okay.
Whatever.
sounds good to me.
So you head over to the Silver Tankard. The tavern itself is full. Ah! Everyone cheers as you walk in.
Hi.
Hi.
Hey, Habit. How
How
are
are
you
you?
doing today?
Nafako puts a hand on Eclipse's shoulder, who's very visibly uncomfortable.
I'm okay. Very awkward.
Good.
Smile.
You're
The
busy
usual.
again, I see.
Yeah.
All right. And he goes and gathers all the things, and a few minutes pass, and he brings drinks and ale and food and all sorts of stuff.
Perfect.
Okay.
Are you all right, Eclipse?
Mm-hmm.
All right. All right.
He's hungry.
Cool.
And he also drinks heavily from the goblet as well.
Then it looks like we'll be spending the night here then.
Are we going back to the monastery then?
I
Well,
think that
technically, you
makes
have rooms
sense.
here
the
and in the
temple.
monastery, so that's up to you.
Oh.
Do we?
I was just gonna say I thought we had rooms here, but
Yeah, you had rooms here, but you chose to stay at the monastery. In the
To
monastery,
the
you each
ben-
have your own room, and here I think you have two or three doubles. Yeah.
To the benefit of the tall one, the daylight might be the best approach.
Yeah, I'd rather go and do this troll thing during the bright hours.
I'm in favor of trying to get our sleep schedule back on track after that long night of fighting
Yes.
spiders, lava worms, and necromancers.
Yes, and this one would definitely prefer not to be a snack again.
I would prefer that too, Eclipse.
Okay. So is the plan just to eat and drink, go to sleep, and then head up?
I think so.
I guess so.
Easy enough.
Does
Oh.
so the shop owner Knack he doesn't make an appearance.
No, not at the
He's
tavern. No.
smoking. Oh, okay. Just making sure. We didn't need to look out for Kiwan, so
She's good.
Oh
Yes,
man.
Trying to start some mischief.
I'm just not me.
Mhm,
Not this guy. The other guys, maybe.
Cool.
Okay. Two things. Kiwin and Nafko, as you both go to sleep, both make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Well, first I need to check the room, make sure that there is some sort of light source.
Sure.
But yes, I'll
Nice
make a
candles.
wisdom save.
Wait, so are we staying at the tavern then?
I think Nafaka would go back to the monastery, but
Yeah, it's too loud
Okay.
here.
Yeah,
Sure.
monastery
That's fine.
definitely sounds better.
What was the room arrangements in the monastery? I can't remember.
I think we were all alone.
All separate.
We were all
Okay.
we're all
separate. Yeah.
separate.
Kiwin, what'd you get?
That's nat 20, so 26.
You sleep with no issue. You all eventually fall asleep. I mean, it takes you a little bit long because you haven't been awake that long, but you're still semi-exhausted from the night before. The eating and drinking and all that, you kind of just lay there and stare at the ceiling for a bit. You end up falling asleep. Nafako, you fall asleep, but in the middle of the night, you start to have a dream, similar to the one before, but now it kind of flashes, and it's a very short dream. You see what looks to be the young Tabaxi girl, kind of like what looks to be like laying on a bed, like across from you. Like it looks like she's on a bed and you're on a bed and you're both kind of laying and looking at each other. And then you wake up.
I think she. I don't know. I don't know what to do with that.
Did Nafako wake up quietly?
I mean, it wasn't like a scary dream, so I don't know why she would. Maybe she talked to Tyvar, but
So when you jolt awake and you look and you see Tyvar kind of looks the same way,
Did you just
Who was
dream my
that?
dream?
Yeah, he asked you who was that.
Do I remember a name?
You can do a history check if you'd like.
Good.
Do-
-1.
It's in the middle. That's a you question. Like if you feel like she would know it at first glance, or
It's fair enough. I'm not sure. It's like a ghost of a memory.
that
But
was
I think I've seen her at least once before, and I don't understand. I don't know what I lost. They told me, they know how to restore my memories. They in fact told me to avoid spells like heal or greater restoration because they don't want me to get them back because they think it might be too traumatic.
well, the longer you and I are connected, I learned that spell actually. So if you are interested in that, I would be able to help you.
I don't know. I mean, one time I heard this story about a guy who was healed by some travelers with greater restoration who'd lost his memories, and then his nose bled, and then he died.
It sounds like something I did.
No, this one's on Diane.
What? Why
Oh,
is
that's right. You're one shot, right?
Yeah. Remember I healed that guy with greater restoration, and
Oh my god.
his memories back, and he couldn't make his sentences.
I forgot all about that.
And then we burned him.
Yeah. Yeah, that got surprisingly dark.
That was the first Fabled Femmes game, right?
That was the
Yeah.
first Fable Tons game.
Just
Yep.
wait till the next ones. They're super
Mhm.
dark.
Oh, good.
my
Sorry.
goodness. It's Halloween.
It's Halloween.
Call down.
Well, you let me know if you'd like me to assist. Also, our bond will continue to grow, so perhaps I might be able to help you answer some questions as well.
I'm glad that I found you.
I'm glad you took me away from that stank dungeon, but
Yeah.
very happy that I found you as well. And he's like clean now. He's not so dingy and dusty, and like he's like,
Yeah. Napako kind of just stares at, her scaled blue hand and her green upper arm and the fur she can't really see it on her shoulders, and just sort of shakes her head and tries to go back to sleep.
well, all right. And he does his little swirly thing and goes to sleep. But you do go to sleep, and you all get the effects of a long rest. Hit points, spell slots, all the jazz. The sun does come up. You guys grab some breakfast. Anything else you like to do before you head up north?
Just bask in the sun for a little bit.
Okay. Carrick holds you up in the sun as you're walking. Oh, I'm kidding. Can everybody make a survival check for me? Keewan has advantage because she was pointed on the map.
By my new fearful friend. Ooh, that's a 23.
23.
Mine is the same for my natural 20.
Nice.
Nice.
I had a 19.
We're doing
Whoa.
survival, you said?
Yeah.
Wow.
3. But the two of you with the
from
high
here.
scores and everyone else, so you end up finding your way to the opening of the cave in about an hour and a half. You actually make some great time with both of you.
And I was probably talking to some of the animals too.
Really
asking
great time.
them to point us in the right direction and stuff.
We took the 405. Oh, sorry.
So you do get there. You are at the kind of the base of this mountain And there is a relatively large cave opening. On the outside, you see several carcasses of animals, very large animals, just kind of tossed outside of the cave. What do you guys want to do?
Any deer?
Kind
Are
of
they
looks
fresh
like deer.
or rotting?
Some are somewhat fresh. Most are old and rotten.
Somewhat fresh. I'm thinking if I want to put one in a bag of holding right now to bring back to my new friend.
Oh. Oh. You gotta find Ingrid's icebox. It's one of the magical items I've created, which is essentially like an icebox of holding.
Yeah, but there's like no air in a bag of holding, so it wouldn't
slows
be
down.
it wouldn't decay as quickly, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
Yes.
This one's
Okay.
this one's eaten some questionable
went,
things
like,
in the past,
trying
but
to,
maybe
like-
not.
He was like trying to pick up the precious deer carcass she finds and is like trying to put it in the bag unless someone stops her.
Why are you doing that?
You pick up one of the carcasses that kind of looks like a deer, and as you pick it up, it kind of falls apart, and the flesh kind of hangs off, and there's tendons and things, and the bone's just kind of there. I mean, it's like when you eat, like, chicken wings, and there's still, like, bone, but, like, little bits of flesh on there. That's kind of what it looks like, but just bigger.
Nice. It's a great visual. Well, I was gonna take one back for Knack. He missed a deer. These trolls took a deer from him. He deserves his deer.
You think that's close to a deer?
While she's making all this ruckus, anything noticing us?
Nope.
Okay, good.
Well, on the way back, let's maybe find a brand new fresh deer for our friends.
Perhaps we can get one a bit more fresh. They might appreciate the gift more.
Oh my God.
All right. So she's gonna put the carcass down, and then she's gonna cast light on her shield.
I'm pretty sure.
In the middle of the day?
With him,
We're going into a cave.
So cute.
Caves are dark.
What were you saying, Kara?
It's true facts.
Go ahead.
Okay, so you enter the caves, and the light from Kiwin's shield does illuminate the cave rather easily. And you walk through the cave for quite a ways. It does kind of fish a little bit, but it's mostly pretty open, 30 feet tall, 20 feet wide. It does start to narrow down a little bit, and you do notice that there is an opening at the end of the cave.
Great. Small opening, large people, big group. Wonderful.
This one can scout ahead if there's concern.
There's always concern about getting your hands.
I'm a
Oh,
little
yeah,
concerned. Yeah, I'm a little concerned. Maybe a little more than a little.
Who doesn't get concerned about potentially being eaten?
This one would know.
So are you trying to stealth forward?
Yes.
Okay, give me a stealth check.
18.
18, easy enough. You stealth into the space with the light from Kiwin's. Do you have dark vision?
I do.
Yeah. So once you get past the light of her shield, your eyes can dilate or whatever, and then you can actually get a good clear vision. You have that weird spot like when you look at.
Well,
like
he's got the
headlight.
lantern. Do you have the lantern turned on?
Not currently. He wants to try to, take the stealthy approach first.
Yeah. So you get through the cave. You see several large piles of stuff. Chests, boxes, crates, things, and you see another pile of something else further into the dungeon, but you can't identify what it is. You don't see anything big in here, though.
No signs of life.
Not currently. It does smell really bad, though.
He'll sneak on back to report. No signs of life currently, but perhaps plugging your nose.
What should we do?
Well, they're not exactly the most cunning of creatures. I guess we just alert them to us being here.
Draw them out.
They don't want to come out to the light, that's for sure.
It's true. Perhaps we press forward, stay vigilant and alert.
As long as they're not laying in wait.
As the Dragonborn says, they lack the cunning.
We move.
Let's go.
And we do.
So wait, what is our plan? Are we just going to kill them? Is that the plan? Are we gonna capture them?
You want to
Well-
just sit and have a talk with the trolls?
We know they're taking people. Maybe we see if there's anybody to rescue.
Yes, a good plan. They are not
Hopefully.
typically much for conversation.
That's true.
I just want to know what. So
Go look for survivors, and if they attack us, maybe we attack back, just like with the spiders.
Always be thinking about moving backwards out towards the sunlight.
Yes.
Is there anything on the cave? Like, what are the walls of the cave made of? Is it just stone?
Just stone, yeah. It's 30
Nothing-
feet high
no,
or
like-
whatever. There's different platforms.
Natural
and
cave.
levels. Yeah,
Yeah.
natural.
There's no like moss or anything like that on it.
Well, before we move forward into potential danger, I think I can aid us a little bit, and I would like to cast aid on 3 of you. So I need to choose 3 of you. So I guess Eclipse for sure.
Thank you. What does that do?
5 additional hit points
Oh, sweet.
for 8 hours. Who else wants it?
Is it 5 max or 5 temp?
Nafako?
if there's one thing I'm probably the best at in the party, it is having hit points.
Yeah, you do have a lot of hit points. So Carrick,
I
we'll
only
go
have
with
13.
Kyriel too. Oh, yeah, girl, you need some hit points.
The wizard might need some hit points.
So it's 5 temp?
5 temporary hit points for, or your maximum. Is it? Let me read it. Each target's hit point maximum and current hit points increase by 5 for the duration, which is 8 hours.
Oh, all right.
Okay, so it's the
You actually
So you-
override and add 5 to your hit points.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
so when if I heal you, you
go
would
to the new.
you'd go
yeah,
back up to that
the new one.
until
nice.
yeah.
Nice.
Just please remember you have to remove the 5 HP at the end of the game, or encounter.
Well, the reason why I was asking what I was asking earlier is because this clip was going to try and see if there was. I mean, if it's stone, it's probably not going to work. He was going to try and see if he could try to scratch the wall to mark where the exit is or something, mark where they've been.
Yeah, you can do that. I mean, it's a relatively simple, basic cave. It is a long tunnel that winds, and then it goes to this big opening. It doesn't look like, when you looked in there, that there were any other exits or entrances.
Mm-hmm. All
But
right.
you said all the openings are very large, obviously, because trolls are moving through this.
Yeah, I mean, when you first walk into the cave, the entrance into this bigger space is a little smaller. So if they are coming in here, they have to squeeze in.
Oh. Good choke point.
Proceed with caution.
We get into trouble, we start backing out this way so that we can get them when they're coming through that small hole.
Agreed.
Okay. So you're all going in.
Mm-hmm. So it sounds like.
Okay. Are you being stealthy?
Yes.
Ugh,
You want to do a stealth check?
Yeah.
I'm not very stealthy. All right. As a matter of fact, I have disadvantage.
That's a 16.
Let's go ahead and throw an inspo onto that just for giggles.
Same.
Ooh, I will
Doing.
too.
Oh, much better.
So that's a 22.
That makes it a 14 for me.
Is
16 for me.
Honkers out or did you put him away?
Yes. No, I'm keeping her out.
Damn it.
You're out?
Ooh, honkers in battle.
All right. Honk.
Honk, honk.
21.
21. What was the highest roll? Was
Humans.
21 the highest?
22.
22. You see what you see, but as you get into the space, now that Kiwin's
an
light
info.
does see, what you see before you is a pile of 30 plus dead bodies. Most of the flesh and muscle has been torn from them, and they're just piled right there in front of you.
There's no way to identify these fleshy
Not
corpses.
currently, but a lot of them are somewhat fresh, but a lot of them are also have been here for a while.
Do they seem humanoid or more beastly?
Oh no, they're humans. They're definitely humans.
Oh, okay.
Human.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
Okay.
not humans.
Yeah, it's creatures.
Mm-hmm.
Creatures like you.
Orchidoids.
Ooh.
Yes.
Five
Humanoid.
minds.
That's,
Words.
that's why I said humanoid.
Death save.
Humanoid.
I'm just realizing I have to do a mini for Tyvar now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He can't do so much yet. When you make level 5 is when you start to then he's yours essentially at 5 where you can. He'll still have I'll do what I did with Ica, where sometimes he'll do stuff on his own, I'll roll for it, but then he'll be essentially in your control and you can do stuff. I'll tell you later.
Cool. You'll give me a character sheet.
For level 5.
Yes, he does have a character sheet, but right now he's just gonna hide because he's
So,
Fox.
noticing the pile of bodies that somehow slipped his view when he was in here earlier, Eclipse is going to pull out that lantern now,
Okay.
just to be sure.
Where would you like to point it? It's 30 feet.
It's a. I thought it. Oh.
Let's
Well,
point.
that would
Let's
reveal
point it this way.
invisibility.
Let's say for now. Let's look over in this corner.
Okay. Did you add it to your inventory?
It's in my inventory. Yeah.
I just
thought it
had
was
a
Lantern
regular
of Revealing.
lantern.
There's a lantern of revealing in there as well. It's at the top
Oh, they were fine.
with my daggers
Got it.
because it's technically a magical item.
What's everybody else doing?
Back
Oh,
in.
Just looking around.
Yeah. With my dark vision.
I don't have dark vision. I'm pointing
yeah.
my
So
shield around.
the bright light, which is 30 feet, if something is invisible within the 30 feet, it shows. It does not show in the dim light. The additional 30 feet of dim light, but it is a light source as well. You
Right.
point in that corner, and you do not see anything.
He'll slowly rotate it around.
So you get right there. Is anybody else moving?
Mm,
I'm gonna stand next to Eclipse.
I am going to use my Fearbulk magic and cast Detect Magic and see if there's anything magical
Okay.
in here.
What's the radius on that?
30 feet.
30 feet. You get a couple pings on your persons, but you get a couple
And-
pings from that pile of stuff next to you too.
Yeah, and I can keep it up for 10 minutes. So I'll go over to the pile
Okay.
and investigate the pings.
So you do an investigation check. Eclipse and Nafako stealth check.
I'm gonna use a luck on that.
Eric's going to pretend that he's not keeping an eye on Kiwin and stagger another 5 feet to his left there to.
18.
18. Okay.
27 for stealth.
27 for stealth. Nafako.
3.
3. Eclipse, where are you walking?
He was gonna. I was
Play,
gonna say he's
play,
walking
play,
this way
play.
somewhere.
Okay.
I'd say probably heading towards that chest, I guess.
Like this?
You can tell me to back up.
So,
I'm protecting you.
as you get there,
Clank.
so what was your investigation check, Kewen?
18.
18. Where's my pointer? So, the ping is coming from one of these chests over here, but there's some barrels and boxes and stuff in your way. But
Okay.
there's a ping coming from one of those chests.
I'll start moving boxes and barrels.
Okay, can you do a dexterity saving throw for me?
Yeah. I rolled a 14, so that's gonna be a 13 dexterity saving throw.
Jeez.
Okay.
Oh man.
So you move a couple of
Anyone
the boxes.
understand my pain?
You move a couple of the boxes, so you are now closer to the chests. Nafako and Eclipse, you see something large kind of laying down over here. Looks to be motionless.
Is it in the light of the lantern?
It is, yes.
Was it there when the lantern was not shown on it?
Because of Nafako's stealth check, I would say you did not notice. You're not sure.
Okay.
Because as she's making noise, you quickly react to her, stop looking at what you're looking at. But the stealth check still is a good balanced success.
Okay. Eclipse is going to subtly to the others. Shh.
Okay. I'm gonna say your shush gets to Kyriel, but the other two are a little too far away from your shush range.
Yeah, I was afraid of that, but it's a start.
Okay.
Where's Tyvar hiding?
Kewen's gonna find some magic item. She's gonna be like, guys! No.
He's invisible, but you still feel him on your back currently.
Oh, he's on my back. Okay.
And Eclipse is going to tap Nafako and point in the direction of the thing that he just saw.
So you want to walk closer?
Assuming that she didn't see it, I wasn't sure.
Okay.
Uh,
Stealth checks.
Probably, yeah, just like, make sure that he saw what he thinks he saw.
Okay. Kewen, do another dex save for me.
We're lucking that. Oh,
I'm
that's
doing dex saves! I'm gonna use a luck.
Me too, actually.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna use another luck. That's my last luck.
Well,
Okay.
you can only use one
That's-
per rule, right?
Oh, I can only use one? Okay, so that was a 2.
A 2? What's your
so
stealth check?
15.
15.
8.
8.
I don't know why I'm doing dex saves, but
So
I am powerful build because of my fear boldness.
So
I
you're
don't know
moving.
if that matters.
You're starting to move chests and crates, and they're slowly starting to slip. And you catch one, you move it down, and you move another one. You have to move things to get to that chest. And as you get to the chest, you're like, oh, and you go to lift it up, it doesn't open, but you pick it up, and the chest just tumble, like the pile, like Jenga.
But like I dropped it? Oh,
No.
the pile. The
It was
pile.
holding up other ones.
I see.
Eclipse and Nafako, you see what looks to be a very large creature sleeping on the ground, that is within the light of this.
There it is. Is it
11
still sleeping after that commotion?
11 or higher, it wakes up. So he starts to move around. Eclipse and Nafako, you're the only ones who see him. Well, technically, Kyriel, I would probably be looking that way too. So the three of you.
Yeah. Because you said.
What do you want to do?
Net.
Naviko pulls it out, throws one side to Eclipse.
Okay. And
Alright.
you're gonna try to throw it over it.
Yeah, why not?
Okay. Both of you do.
He's getting ready to go for a ride.
We'll do a strength check. Combined.
That's
We'll do an average.
good. We're gonna luck that.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, identical roll. That's cool.
So excited to see what I find.
Luck and inspo.
It's gonna be something so stupid.
I was about to say, like, it's okay, Solo hates mimics, and then I was like, he's repeatedly said that recently, so guess what?
No, it's not a mimic.
So as they're trying to, if they're struggling, I'm going to point my finger at it and cast True Strike at it while it's struggling and they're trying to.
And what does it do? What does it do?
So I gain a brief insight into the target's defenses, and on my next turn, I'll have advantage on my first attack against it.
Got it. When you say you have range, your magic grants you the brief insight to the target's defenses.
Mm-hmm.
Just defenses, right?
Yes.
So he has an armor class of 13.
Okay. Nice.
Okay. So what was your strength checks?
So it's just straight strength. There's no other modifiers added onto that.
Straight strength.
I hope my friend is stronger than me because I got a 13.
Come on, Paladin.
I'm worried about that look.
I got a 12. I rolled with luck and inspo, but...
Okay, so you both throw the heavy net, the weighted net, over this creature as it wakes up. Everyone, please roll initiative.
There it is.
Oh, boy.
20 and above.
20.
Go for it.
23.
24.
Anybody else? Okay. 15 to 20.
15.
15. Anybody else? Okay. Nafako Kiwin, what'd you get?
12.
14.
Wow. It's still a good initiative. Okay.
I mean, I rolled a 50.
That -1 dex.
Man. Okay. Got it. So, top of the order, Eclipse. This creature, it starts to move. The weighted net that is over it right now hits the sand, and it starts to move around. But it's your turn first.
Do I have any sort of insight as to whether or not this net will be enough to hold it?
Because you're really trying to look at it, I'd let you do it with an action.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
I'll do it.
Perception
So
check.
is that a perception?
and investigation.
Okay. Perception's higher. Doesn't matter because I got awful on the die, so that'll be a 7.
You have luck.
I'll use the inspo.
Okay.
11.
8's the DC. So you look down. The creature is moving around, but you're sensing that this net isn't just a regular net. It actually has some sort of magical properties to it. The weights on it are not moving.
All right.
Interesting.
So he's like Gulliver's Travel right now. He's trying to get up, but it's not moving.
Mm-hmm.
The little brownies are holding him down. Anything else in your turn?
That's a great question. So that was action.
Brownies.
We're gonna go ahead and
Fuck you, Daikini!
Cunning action. Is there enough
love Willow.
barrel here to get like partial cover to try to hide back there?
Sure. Okay.
And real quick, not sure how, might be secured.
Okay. Ends your turn, Kyriel.
I'm going to run up to about here. I'll stand closer to Nafako. Can I stand like right next to her?
Sure.
I'm going to hold out my hands. Should I burn him?
Let's see if the net holds, because if it's holding, that might affect the net.
Okay, so I will hold burning hands and see if it holds it and if anything else comes out. So if it breaks free, I will burn it.
Got it. If it doesn't break free, then you lose the slot. Is that the plan?
No, because it never triggered my action. It never triggered my action.
Yeah, but if you hold a spell and you don't use it, then you lose the spell slot.
You'll still lose your spell slot.
Yeah.
Because you've already conjured the energy.
Yeah.
You're just waiting to release it.
Acid splash. If he doesn't if he breaks through.
Got
Acid
it.
splash.
Okay. Just making sure. Low level wizards, those are precious.
Yep.
Okay. Carrick. You're muted.
I'm over on the left side watching her and trying to make sure that there's not some sort of bad situation. I think I've seen what's happening over there at this point.
Yeah, I mean, he's visible now. He yelled out relatively loud. You see her with like a chest, like, yay! And then...
So excited.
I say, put that thing down. And then I start running towards the head of this creature.
Okay.
Knock it out.
Trying to find anything to shove in its mouth. But I don't want to get all the way there. Yeah, so I'm going to stop there, I guess, as I'm running towards it, like, trying to find, like, cloth, anything to shove into this thing's mouth to shut it up.
Sure.
We're gagging
so you move your
the
full
troll.
movement, but you're not within range. Are you going to do anything else, or are you going to try to gag it next turn?
Well, the thing is I know it wants to harm me, but it's held down, so I'm not sure if I really need to start shooting it.
Okay.
God, probably going to be the mistake I make, but yeah, I'll stop. I'll wait.
Yep, this
Okay.
is
So
the level we're all
with
facing
the
right
free
now.
action though, you could hold a crossbow bolt if
Oh,
it's
for sure.
or something
starts to-
aggressive
if
shows
one
up.
of those weights moves and it starts to get up or something, there's definitely a crossbow bolt going into its eyeball.
Okay. So your trigger is if one of the weights move or if it tries to get up, you're
Right.
gonna shoot it. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Kewen.
I'd like to open the chest.
It's
God!
It's locked.
It is
Okay,
locked.
how big is the chest?
It's a smaller one.
I'm gonna put it in my bag.
God
Middle
damn it.
So make sure you
Perfect.
write little chest.
Little chest in the bag. And then I'm gonna make my way to my friends.
Okay.
Was that my action to do that?
No, you can just throw it in there. What's your movement?
30.
Yeah, you would get probably about there.
Okay, and seeing all of my friends and what they're doing, I will hold Sacred Flame in case this creature gets out of the net.
Okay. Nafuko.
I was just gonna say cast sleep, and then I realized the odds of that succeeding were pretty low. I imagine trolls have a lot of hit points.
I love that you're trying to read me.
Poker face.
Let's see.
Oh, wait, you can still hear me.
Okay, I'm gonna cast nothing. I'm gonna hold my mace at the ready.
Okay.
And if anybody charges my position, smack.
Okay. If anybody charges your position, smack. Got it.
Mhm.
It is its turn. It's struggling. It's trying to move. It can't sit up. It can't really move. When the net covers its body, it's almost like the net is kind of like there's something with. What is
I
it?
technically still have Detect Magic up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
the net is magic.
it's like, it's
Yeah,
totally magic.
It's totally magic.
Um,
So it's almost like the weights are starting to pull back the netting, so the net every time he moves, it like resets and tightens. So then it just keeps getting tighter and tighter and tighter, and he's like, "Urgh," and he can't move.
Is this starting to break bones?
It's like a
No,
net of
that would be
struggling.
super demonic if I did that. But no, it does. Once it hits something restrained, it'll
Note
leave
to
marks.
self, find net that does this.
However, you guys see two things. The only person that can do anything right now is Nafako, because she said if something comes towards her, you see one troll come from over here and leap over this one.
Oh snap!
One come from back here, and it only gets about there. So 2 more trolls show up. No one has to look at it, but Nafako, it does come within range.
Luck point. God, why? All right. Inspo. Does a what's the plus on this mace?
I think it's a +1, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a +1. Okay, so +6
So
to hit.
Plus 6 to hit, yeah.
Does about 14 hit.
Hits?
Okay, great. 8 bludgeoning damage.
8 bludgeoning damage. Wow. Does the mace do anything else, or is that something triggered by you? I can't remember.
It's on a nat 20 or if it's against a construct.
Got it. Okay. Cool. So it's going to take its attack on you. It just gets 1 attack for a 19 to hit.
That will do it.
Okay, you take 7 points of slashing damage. The other one is going to throw what looks to be like a club or a rock at you, Kiwin, for
Warding flare.
14 to hit.
Disadvantage. Warding flare.
Okay, so 14.
Is it within 30 feet of me?
Yes.
Okay.
That is a 13 to hit.
Yeah, it still hits.
Okay. 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
It does end their turn. Eclipse, top of the order.
I'm assuming I saw this one that
Oh, yeah.
snuck up behind me here. If I have enough movement to do so, Eclipse is going to leap up onto these barrels and boxes back here and attempt to try to take a leaping jump at the back of this thing and attack it.
Roll a stealth check for me.
That will be a dirty 20.
20. Yeah, you can attack. You'd have advantage. It does not know you're there.
Okay. The 14 was higher, which is going to be a, what is my modifier? 21 to hit.
21 hits.
Just a sneak attack. That will be that's 5, so that will be, I can math, 15 piercing damage.
15 piercing damage. Wow. Okay. Anything else?
Ideally what I was hoping was that on doing this leap I might have been able to like impale onto its back and like mount it.
Do a strength saving throw for me. Disgusting. I love it.
Troll mounting.
15.
Crazy.
15. Sure. Your main hand is embedded in its back.
Okay.
And you hear it go, ow, 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 ow.
Oh
Incoming.
goody. In orc?
And
Yeah,
Orcish
yeah,
comment.
I don't know if this would even work, but nah, probably not. I was gonna say I have a knife embedded in its back, but could I still somehow try to hide the fact that I'm on its back as my
No.
cutting action? Okay.
No.
Then in that case, I'm trying. What other cutting actions do I have? I don't
You have a
any
second
other
attack,
action.
don't you?
Yeah, sure. What the hell? Second attack it.
Okay.
Oh yeah, bummer. Just attack again.
I don't think you could dodge or hide on his back.
Yeah, I didn't think so. And for the second attack, I don't get modifiers, right?
No modifiers. Well, you
Alright,
have
so
a modifier to hit, but no modifier to damage.
I see. So I still get the hit modifier. So that will be a 13 to hit.
Just hits.
So second attack will be an additional 4 piercing.
Okay. Kyriel.
So, Eclipse, are you holding on with 1 or 2 hands? Like, how are you holding on?
Well,
Probably
considering
2.
the fact that the second dagger hit, I'm guessing I have like both daggers
You're, like, here?
impaled in its like shoulder blades right now.
Could your head fit between those two?
For the sake of argument, sure.
Okay. So I am going to say, cover your ears. And so hopefully everybody covers their ears. And I'm going to cast Shatter. What are these guys made out of?
I mean, they have hide. The one on the ground has metal on. The other ones do not.
Oh, but
So it's like leather. And
are they made of stone? Are these?
No, they are not made of stone.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, that's fine. So so yeah, con saves for these two here.
What's the
And
range?
everybody else. It is it's a 10-foot radius and it's between 60 feet. So 60 feet from me.
60 feet from you, but the actual ball is 10 feet. So you could
Yes,
hit
10
both
foot
of the
radius.
trolls. So which one do you
Yes.
want to hit?
No, I could. It's a 10-foot radius.
Oh, you want to hit those two on the ground, not the little one.
Yeah.
Got it.
No.
Okay. So 10-foot radius. So it wouldn't hit either
No,
any
it's
of
fine,
your
'cause it's
friends.
magical.
Got it.
Okay. Yeah, since
Got
the net's magical, this is not going to affect it, so it's fine.
Roll. So the con save is a 5.
Yeah.
Roll damage.
On both?
Yep.
Okay. 19.
19 points of damage. What kind of damage?
It is thunder. Yeah, thunder damage.
Boom!
Oh. Got it. Okay. Anything else?
Can I? Because he's hitting her. Can I back away?
You were in
not get
melee
hit.
range, so he would have an attack of opportunity.
Well, I'm just gonna stay right there.
Okay. Carrick.
Probably get hit.
Wow. I am drifting this direction and shooting towards its backside.
Okay. Roll for attack.
I will, sir. I will absolutely do that.
That hits.
I'm going to say that hits.
Mhm.
And let's see. It's the crossbow, so it's 1d10. 9 plus 3 is 12 points of damage.
To the one standing up.
Yep.
Okay.
And that is my entire turn.
Okay. Nafako.
Okay. I am. What am I gonna do?
Did I skip you, Kiwin? I did. It's Kiwin's turn.
Me.
I did. There's too many.
Great, I'll think about that more.
It's Carrick and Kiwin, so it's hard to. Yeah.
You know, we're best friends. We get mixed up sometimes. I'll turn my cursor on. Are these two guys within 30 feet of me? And
Yes.
if they're not, can I get within 30 feet of both
You're
of them?
legitimately in the perfect spot. They're both within. 30 feet of you.
Perfect. I would like to do Radiance Dawn.
Technically,
Radiance
the one on the
of
ground.
Dawn.
Technically, the one on the ground is within 30 feet of you too.
Cool. I need them all to make a con saving throw.
Fucking natural 1.
Make a call, save
An
and
11.
throw.
11 and a 2.
They all fail. Cool.
Okay.
Let me roll some damage. 14 radiant damage to these 3 hostile creatures.
So you notice that the radiant damage does twice as much damage.
Ooh. That's
Bringing
my
on the troll
specialty.
murder.
Okay, so the one standing up next to Nafako is dead. The one little one with Eclipse on the back of it. It's creatures that you choose, right?
Hostile creatures. Just any hostile creature within
I mean,
30
Eclipse
feet.
is pretty hostile just in general. Does that count?
Not towards
Wow.
me, though. Not towards
Wow.
Okay, so so the big one falls down dead. The one on the ground and the other one look super rough, like super rough.
That's my action. So, I guess I will. Well, I'll just stay right there.
Okay, Nafako, the one in front of you just gets burned away. It's on the ground and like its whole body is just crusty. It's like burnt, but it's like burnt in the burns it kind of turns to stone. So she's like half stone, half burnt.
All right. Let's see. How far apart are the 2 trolls right now?
From you, about 20 feet. From each other or from you?
I guess from me. So they're each 20 feet.
About 20 feet.
So if I had a spell that was a 20-foot radius, they would both be inside of it.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I'm gonna cast Sleep
Okay.
once again. And let's see, what is this? 5d8. Let's see. So 24 HP. Starting from the one with the lowest HP, that one will go to sleep, and then if it's below 24, and then...
So the big one falls asleep, the little one is still up.
Okay.
Okay.
Probably should just start casting on the little one. That's okay.
Okay, so he is sleeping. This one is dead. The little
It's
one
time to go to sleep.
is taking its club and it's gonna go on its back.
That checks.
Does a 14 hit Eclipse?
It does not.
And does a 16 hit?
That will.
Okay, you take 6 points of bludgeoning damage, and the creature that's you're on its back is like it's screaming in anger and pain. Does in its turn top of the order Eclipse?
Eclipse isn't too fond of being made into a club sandwich, so he's gonna take another stab at this thing.
Go for it.
Pun intended.
We're gonna. I think I have one more luck left. Let me double check that. I think I do. Yes, I do. We're gonna use a luck on that. That's much better. How's a 24 to hit?
Hits.
I'm assuming no sneak attack on that since it knows I'm here.
Oh, it definitely knows that you're there.
Mm-hmm. That'll be 8 piercing.
8 piercing. Okay, Eclipse. The choice is yours.
Dizzy from the big old club on the back, he's just done with this. It's like, nope, we're done here. And once again, just finds that sweet spot on the
Okay.
collarbone.
So as you're doing that, it clubs you with its club, and then kind of like drops the club on the ground and is crawling towards the one that was just burnt. And you're kind of like stabbing it in its back, and it reaches for it. Does anyone speak giant?
I do. I'm Giantkin.
Okay, I'm gonna send you a message because this is what
Oh,
you
okay.
hear.
Whoa.
Where is
Secret
Discord?
message.
There you are. Okay, and that creature falls down dead, and you hear that, and the other one is sleeping.
I have a feeling I know what just happened here, but we'll see what this actually turns out to be.
Okay. So as the two creatures are dead, one is sleeping in ropes. That's what we're gonna call it for tonight. We'll pick up next week from there.
Oh no. We have to sit on that now.
Gosh.
Tell us what he said. Tell
I was
us.
gonna go have Honkers
No.
pluck its eye out.
Mm-hmm.
You can say it in a second when we're offline. How about that?
Yeah.
The fans.
Leave
you
the
guys
viewers
gotta wait.
dangling.
Yeah, leave the
Yeah.
viewers hanging.
Come back next week.
Come back next week. We're gonna raid Fable 42. No, I'm kidding. We're gonna
Yeah.
raid Dream Wisp. She's a friend of ours.
Draven, what?
Dream Wisp. I'm blanking on her real name right now, but she's somewhat friend of the network. We've done stuff with her a long time ago.
Hello,
but
Dreamwids.
Go ahead and spread the Fable 42 love. And what's this week? This is Adventures in Middle Earth week, right?
Yes, it is.
Yes,
This Sunday.
So this Sunday at 3 p.m. we got new art. We got a trailer.
Yeah.
We got a full cast. Can't wait.
Art looks
Adventures
so
in Middle
good.
Earth at 3 p.m. Pacific on Sunday. Go ahead
3
and
p.m.
raid,
Pacific.
spread the Fable 42 love, and we will see you guys next time.
Bye, everyone.
You can purchase the whole.